I hear Jid and Cole got like 15 tracks together.
What?
Unreleased.
From where?
And Jid said the fall off coming soon. It's gonna be nice. I feel like I've been hearing about the fall off for like years now, bro.
He been saying that for too long. That's why everybody looking at it like, what the fuck? And then not only that, there's everybody that's mad about it now because it was like the beef kind of put a stain on his name.
Cole's still nice though. Like,
Cole's still nice, but
the beef, like, yeah, he didn't participate in the beef.
But that's what everybody's mad about, is because the thing about this is the whole purpose of the beef was to show who was the best. No matter if it got personal or not. Show you the fucking best.
But the Drake and Kendrick thing got real personal.
That got real personal.
Yeah, so I could understand. Not like if you don't got nothing, you don't got nothing against both sides.
That's fair.
How you gonna jump in it and get personal?
The thing about it is, that's what I'm saying. I have no problem with what he did. But when you listen to a lot of people that's been a fan, that's been listening to this shit and whatever, everybody's now looking at you stupid because you can't call, like we said the last time, you can't call yourself the greatest one. You can't call yourself number one. You can't. That's the thing, like, you can't do that because
we've seen Cole still spit like, you know, he still spit like, you know, he's still bar heavy without being braggadocious.
Yeah.
And if he could do that without, if he could still do that on any future songs.
But what I'm saying is
about being number one, which is kind of thing, because in hip hop itself, that's kind of our thing. Like,
but that's the thing that everybody's getting at, is that you can't ask for the smoke with subtlety, and then when the smoke comes, you don't clear it. Because honestly speaking, the smoke between them two actually erupt after he left. Because remember, all Kendrick said was "fuck the big three, it's just a big me," and he was saying things from the beginning.
Yeah, but he had that track on Might Delete Later. I think it was like the last track. I can't remember the name of it because he actually deleted
7 Minute Drill. Yeah, 7 Minute Drill.
7 Minute Drill.
Yeah, he had 7 Minute Drill. He dropped 7 Minute Drill. You did not continue after that. You dropped 7 Minute Drill, pull 7 Minute Drill, and then after that, it's talking about apologizing. That's what everybody's
actually deleted.
That's what everybody's looking at you like, bro. What the fuck is it? Why did you pull it? Why did you apologize? If you wasn't gonna think it, you shouldn't have dropped it. You feel me? You shouldn't, because then after that, if you hadn't said anything from the beginning, then you wouldn't have the backlash that you're getting now. You understand?
And that's what I see too. It's just like, oh, you shouldn't apologize. I mean,
you shouldn't have said nothing.
How much tracks he released since that beef, bro?
He released,
I think 3. Well, it might have been his tracks. I think he joined. He featured with somebody.
He released Clouds.
Except for that
Cloud.
The one that weird one right after the
Grippy.
Yeah, we forget about that.
Grippy, Cloud, and he did Port Antonio. That's the one where he was talking about, I felt like I had my brother's blood on me, and when he was actually talking about the beef, and he told Drake, pick up your pen, that's your magic, and Yeah. But everybody's not listening. But the thing about it is, no matter if you listen,
everybody just bland about the beef. Everybody just wants. What's the thing? Like, I don't know. Like, the beef's done. This is what, a year now?
It's done. It's done. But technically speaking, it's not done because it's done on Kendrick's side, because Kendrick is done with it. Drake is still.
Oh, we don't know.
Crybaby.
Kendrick focused on the money right now.
Exactly. Kendrick is on
tour, but we don't know. Who said he's not writing up something for when he done on the tour?
He's not gonna come back and fucking. Why am I battling Drake for?
Look,
I just murked you.
But who's remember what I told you from since the beginning? What? After all of this is done, like officially wrapped up, Kendrick and Drake gonna be on the same song together, and that shit gonna be fire, bro.
That will be something, but honestly speaking, I can't. Here's the thing: it's entertainment.
How much? No, because right after Kendrick and Drake beef, who we got? Joey Badass.
But
Brave on Daylight.
But that was an actual friendship situation.
Okay, but
Kendrick been throwing shots at Drake since 2002, since early.
Ain't they both been going back and forth from what I heard? I ain't really.
Bro, it started with that BET. It was that BET cipher that way he talked about niggas in pajama clothes or whatever.
I thought it was before that
or whatever. It just it just subtly stayed where it was at until this shit blowed up.
So
and then not only that, then you have your whole crowd talking about, yo, fuck Kendrick. Why am I going on a song with you? The only way, if they had to go on a song together, real shit, if they had to go on a song together, and I really see that, Kendrick is gonna body him on his own song. Meaning that I'm gonna talk my own shit on your song, and that's only if it. Why would that would be a fire ass song? That would be fire. But you think Drake is gonna say? You think Drake gonna allow it? No. Come on, he's crybabying now. He's not gonna allow it.
Yo, but really think about it. What they both gotta be scared of to make a track like that, bro.
Who the fuck? Hold on. You talk about Kung Fu Kenny? He's not scared of shit.
I ain't say he was scared of. But I'm saying what both sides don't got nothing to be scared of. Like,
they don't have nothing to be scared of.
They both at the top of their game and their genre right now.
They don't have nothing to be scared of.
They could literally do a back and forth track.
But you gotta realize
diss each other.
But you gotta realize.
Get it all out, bro.
Okay, but here's the thing.
The same Eminem, what was it? Busta Rhymes and Eminem? Something like that.
But okay, hold on.
How long? If it could be 20 minutes of pure shit talking,
but that's different.
Bro, that was
competition.
Bro.
That was the one with M and Busta. That was competition because Busta said I sent a nigga 16. This nigga dropped me back and sent me a 36.
This is gonna be live in the studio.
But they're not gonna do that.
Hit record and they're
not gonna do that, bro.
Back and forth, bro.
They're not gonna do that.
Roasting each other.
They're not gonna do that.
It'll be fire at song.
It will be fire, but they're not gonna do that. I'm sorry to tell you that they're not gonna do that. Because number one,
I'm just seeing it as like,
even if Kendrick was up to it, Drake's ego was gonna let him not gonna do that. You and I both know that Drake's ego is not gonna allow him to do that. He already first and foremost, here's the thing. He already did all this shit and talked all this shit and went to talk about I'm going to the UK and UK is the best rappers and He already proven that nigga you just hopped from your own city don't fuck with you because your own city was singing They Not Like Us 2 nights in a fucking row in your own city. I
feel like Canada's
and then the United States came and did the same shit to you again and showed that.
Wasn't he in Australia when that happened?
And when he was in Australia, the nigga canceled the whole tour.
I thought he canceled half of it.
Yeah, because he wasn't getting the vibe no more. They showed the thing where he was trying to hype up the crowd and the crowd just looking at him stupid. So think about it. I'm gonna come back and go like thing. Then you drop the whole Party and You album, which was
it was okay. Come on, we rated it alright. It was like half the songs we liked.
Nigga, it wasn't even half the songs. It wasn't even half the songs.
I don't remember how much I picked. I think it was like close to half. It was like
you probably picked close to half. When I listened to that song, I wanted to turn it off.
I gave it a chance, bro.
I gave it a chance. I listened to the whole album. I drove from Orla. I remember that clearly because we was all talking about it because we was coming back to the podcast that same night. I drove from Orla, come down and listen for 2 hours, and I'm like, you ever watch something? I said it here. You ever listen to something and you was ready to turn it off? The only hottest song, really truly though, who's called Nokia? That was the most viral song.
It might have been the viral. For me, no, I don't remember the songs, bro. I remember Nokia because when the beat plays, oh, you know why I remember Nokia now?
Because everybody, who's calling my phone?
It's not, crazy thing, it's not even that. The Will Smith song that everybody said was trash, somebody put Nokia beat on it and all of a sudden that shit was a fire ass song.
You hear how that sounds? You hear how that sounds? You hear how that sounds? I put Will Smith fucking lyrics on the Nokia beat to turn. Come on, bro.
See, I don't remember the name of the Will Smith song, but it wasn't.
Alrighty, welcome back to the Lyrically Acclaimed Podcast. I'm your host, ill-minded Tazz, and I ain't gonna lie, this one's a little bit different.
It's a lot boy different. In the building. I'm back.
You see, we got the one and only Black Bear here tonight, but we don't have the mouth of the people, the ARCHIE man with us tonight. I don't know what happened.
Wise man Archie.
I don't know what's going on here. They kind of did like a switch shit.
Tagged up.
They tagged in each other like some tag team partners. So now, this is the first time, It's a one-on-one with Uncle D.
One-on-one. We here, bro. I'm here.
God damn it, boy. How you been, bro?
Good, man. You know, working, chilling with family, enjoying my nerd shit.
Well, you know, we all are. You feel me? He finally came back for episode 30.
Yep. And who knows if I'm gonna be here next week?
God damn. But
oh shit, we sipping. We ain't even tell these people what we sipping on.
Well, you know, tonight is a little special one. We going off of.
Is it?
Yeah, it kind of is.
It's the first one-on-one.
It's the first one-on-one.
We have enough one-on-ones.
I know. That's why I say it's a special one, because we don't know when you about to have another one-on-one. You feel me? But it's all
always Archie and Tazz.
Yeah. It's always Archie and Tazz. Now it's Tazz and Black Bear in this one. Uncle D. You feel me? And we about to nerd out tonight.
Oh, yeah.
You see, we had to do a special, even though it's not Japanese. It's not, you know, what's it?
Where is it from?
It's Korean.
Oh, okay.
We're drinking on soju. We sipping on soju tonight. It ain't sake. We ain't doing that. But we sipping on soju, cause tonight we about to tap into our nerd shit. You feel me? we said we was gonna do it before. We said we was gonna do it before, but we never got a chance. We always hinted to the shit.
You know what's coming.
As you can see the posters.
Surprised.
You can see the posters.
You knew it was coming.
You know, you seen it on the walls. You know what I mean? We still got to get more. I ain't gonna lie. We got to get more of these posters.
I mean, we'll have it posted up. They just won't see it until we get cameras and things. When we got Luffy and Zoro.
Yep. We need the third guy. We need Sanji.
Do we?
Yeah, you got to have the dynamic 3. You can get him too. Damn. Hey, damn! How you gonna put Jinbei in front of Sanji just like that?
I ain't gonna lie. After Wano, I was like, I'll take Jinbei.
That's crazy. That's crazy. My boy is up here, Zoro. That's my boy.
I don't know who my favorite One Piece character is yet. I think it was Law for a while though.
Law? Yeah, Law is dope. His powers is dope. Can't be mad at it. With his devil fruit. I ain't gonna lie. Here's the thing. I'm gonna let y'all know this now. For all y'all anime heads, deep anime heads.
I don't want to hear shit from y'all.
Don't
this is my
say nothing.
I do not care.
And I'm gonna
say some shit.
Facts. let us do us tonight. You feel me? Don't come in here and have to do the whole correction and do no. We are enjoying ourselves tonight. As you can tell, we already fucked up. We ain't drinking sake, we're drinking soju. So at the end of the day, you already know this is about to be a whole topsy-turvy situation.
I should come say, soju ain't even strong.
And I don't give a damn. I don't care. Tonight is that night.
Archie ain't here, but
Archie ain't here to enjoy this one. He would have enjoyed this one too. Yeah, he would have loved this one.
Especially that he said we got him into anime.
Yeah, especially One Piece. He was dodging that. He was just like everybody else. It's just like everybody else.
How long he took to get into? He caught up to One Piece real quick. He caught up to
One Piece probably like 2-3 months. Even a little bit long, probably 4 months max.
Look, 4 months. That's to all watch everything. Need.
And
he been watching other anime
too. Yeah. He caught up to now.
My wife the same thing. She caught up.
Well, I ain't want to say nothing because you sat up here and watched One Piece about twice or 3 times.
You gotta explain it because people gonna think I sat and watched One Piece back to back 4 times.
But you kind of did though.
This is from the early 2000s.
It don't matter. You started
when the original theme song was a dude rapping.
Y'all know that. Yeah, on the hip-hop Fox intro? 5. You feel me? From New York, Fox 5.
The Japanese ain't been no hip-hop since.
Yeah. For all of them. That's what we had hip-hop intros. But, but Uncle D sat up here and told me himself he done restarted this shit numerous of times. So he got up to...
Let me tell you.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So here's the thing. One Piece came out... I started watching it when it was on Fox Kids on cable.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know, it's not no streaming. It's cable. Pay that shit monthly, even though I was not paying shit.
Yeah, that's when cable was cheaper.
How much? What was it? $30
a month for the whole situation.
The
you
whole
probably
thing.
You probably spending
just 80. Pay for a little
probably
bit of
80
extra sports channels,
bro. 80 and 100 for movie channels and Showtime and shit.
But yeah, Fox Kid.
And mind you,
Fox Kids, right? Yeah. I think
but y'all gotta remember. You gotta remember. See, now y'all gonna know. We going back in 2000s. We going early 2000s.
Oh, don't worry. Once I got
1990s to early 2000s.
When we start talking about games, then bro. How old we are.
But you gotta realize, Fox Kids wasn't cable. Fox Kids was regular TV. Fox Kids was the original channel. That was just Channel 5.
You played with the antenna trying to get the ships to show right.
Yeah, bro. Fox Kids was regular TV. For everybody to know.
The wrong direction, you lose color,
bro.
That shit's a wild time, bro.
We had good times. But yeah, that's when we all started One Piece.
Watch that. No, I started it when it was on Fox Kids, and I think that ended after Arlong.
Yeah,
right at once
Arlong Park
was defeated,
there,
it ended there.
Yeah, and then it disappeared. A lot of us started disappearing.
Well, I stopped watching anime for a while. It was crazy. Well, I'm gonna get into that later. So I took a break from anime, and that's when I really got into my whole, being into games a lot. I think I started watching it again when it came on. Was it Cartoon Network?
On Toonami?
It started showing again, and that's. I'm really trying to remember what episode it got up to. But
it's been a minute.
It got up to what arc was it where Ace died?
Oh, when they went to the Marine Ford.
Yeah, I think it got up to that. And after Ace got killed, I took another break. And then, to be honest, I didn't get back to anime so that was all early 2000s.
Yeah, because Marine Ford.
I didn't get back into One Piece until when I came back. That was 2015. I probably started in 2014, but I didn't really finish it probably 2016. That's when I really caught up to. They were on Dressrosa. That's when I caught up.
And that's crazy because when I first.
No. 2016. Where were they in 2016?
I don't know. I can't tell you them timelines.
Well, I remember I caught up, and when I caught up, I stopped again, and I was back and forth between games and anime. So,
if I'm correct, Dressrosa, when it was in Dressrosa, because I remember the slingshot when they was previewing when Usopp did the slingshot. No. When Usopp did the slingshot and he actually did the slingshot had his face on it.
That.
And he scared old girl.
Yeah.
That had to be 26. That had to be 2015. 2015. That has to be.
Then to now, that's a lot of episodes.
Yeah.
So it had to be.
It had to be because we're
talking
about. You got to think about. We're talking about 9 years later.
Yeah,
we are 9 years later because 2016 we are 2025, so we damn near going on a decade later, and we still got more to go. So you feel me? But I ain't gonna lie, that's a lot of restarts. You see, I started it.
Well, that's not the final restart. Is when my wife got into it, a year ago.
Yeah, but then you already done caught up already.
Yeah, I was in Wano when my wife decided. Yeah,
and then you did it again.
No, I didn't. It was just once because she started from the beginning.
That's what I'm saying. And you joined it in the beginning.
Yeah,
exactly.
I watched the entire one
again. Yo, we are at 1,000 episodes deep, bro.
It's all right.
Let's start it all over.
My wife is getting into anime.
Yeah, one more time. Bro.
Anybody else is you watch it? Let me know when you caught up,
bro.
Man, that's love right there, bro. Ain't nobody sitting through 1,000 plus episodes of One Piece
to watch it again. I ain't gonna lie.
every single
episode to sit down there and watch it.
You can't tell her. She gonna ask you
nah, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it.
And you just there. You know what's about to happen. You're can't tell you.
You gotta watch it for yourself. And you see, the crazy thing about this is for me. I saw One Piece like you. I saw One Piece when it was back in 4Kids TV. Then, and I'm gonna clarify something. I don't know if you want to wait till later, but I'm gonna clarify it in a little bit. What's the fact of the matter is, I didn't know what anime was at this time.
I didn't know
it was classified as anime. What it was.
I heard people call it anime, but it wasn't like I said back in the day. That it was still a nerd. It's not as popular as it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying because
it was a nerd thing.
But that's what I'm saying. I didn't know it was that because I just thought it was a regular cartoon, and whatever the case may be.
I just call it a quality cartoon,
pretty much. And so when it came down to it, I sat up here and I watched it. Same up to Arlong Park because it was dope, and it had the Geico. If y'all already know that theme song, y'all already know.
Oh, they know now because they were talking mad shit about how it was trash. I'm like, whatever. I don't care. I was vibing to that shit every time.
That was our childhood. Y'all could leave us alone about it. But I started there and I thought the shit was canceled. Because after Arlong Park, I thought that was it.
Yeah,
I didn't know what.
Cool. Story done.
I thought this was it. I don't know. That's like a 20-something episodes into the shit. Like I really thought.
20, I wouldn't be surprised if it was 100 episodes.
But I didn't know it. Right, it was technically 20 because we didn't even reach the first 100. It was like 20-something episodes or whatever. How much episodes in it? But at the end of the day, I didn't know this thing was going on until I remember when they said after a while that they started promoting on Cartoon Network. I said, damn. And at that time, I didn't have cable. So I couldn't go to Cartoon Network and go like continue this story. Yeah. So from there, and this is probably me at probably 8, 9, I should say. This is 8, 9. It should be on. See, now you're about to do that edit again.
No, I just had to make sure for some reason, we don't got the headphones.
So we don't know. Yeah, we're doing something different.
I could just quickly. Next time.
But I was like 8, 9 at the time. If I'm correct, if I'm doing my math correctly, I probably was around 8, 9, and I might be a little bit off. But I remember when it went off, it came off, or whatever the case may be, and I never saw it again. I haven't seen it again. It's until, literally speaking, because of D-Stocks, and if y'all realize, I've been shouting out D-Stocks damn near almost every episode.
That last episode.
Yeah,
shout out D-Stocks.
Because
shout out
D-Stocks.
All right.
Yeah, because of Denzel. I remember when we started doing our photography thing, he was playing it, and the same thing like you. It was at Marine Ford, and this is when he was watching it on Hulu, because they had placed it on Hulu at the time. And I think it probably. I'm not sure if it's still there or not because that's not where I watched it, but. No, wrong. Yeah, it was Hulu because that's when people wasn't really everybody had to wait on Crunchyroll to nobody was paying for subscriptions on Crunchyroll. And you only gonna watch certain things in Japanese and you gotta wait every week for one episode to drop in Japanese to catch it up in dub. So I remember that. And everybody was playing. At that time, a lot of us wasn't. You got to realize, it's high school time. Nobody asking their parents for subscription.
Talk about the middle school times when you was just on YouTube.
Yeah,
and you watched four parts of one episode.
And when you sit down there and think about that, sit down there and really think about that.
And yo, you was searching for the English dub.
And then sometimes you wonder, you can't even get the English dub. You just had to watch it in Japanese.
Reading subtitles. Tiny ass words at the bottom of the screen.
Bro. And then really and truly, when I really sat down and watched One Piece was literally COVID. And I could tell you the gaps. You could hear the gaps from because we had a bro. I had a bro that used to show me all these clips and whatever the case may be. Because I remember when he showed me the Kaido clip in Japanese. This was how long ago? He showed me the Kaido clip in Japanese before, not even just the gearing up to it or whatever the case may be. And then after that, he turned around. Once he showed me who Kaido was, because I remember the introduction of Kaido, he showed me Kaido or whatever. We was in his house when he showed me. He's like, yo, look at this shit or whatever on YouTube. And I believe that's 2016, 2017 when it was in Japanese when the shit happened or whatever the case may be with the whole Kaido and then Dressrosa. I remember, and that's what I said. I remember when Usopp did the whole slingshot and he did his face and it hit and it scared. What is her name? I'm trying to remember her name. but he scared her, and she did the whole eye bulging because both of them eye bulged at the same time. And so I saw all of that just be like just veils, just numerous of clips until I actually sat down during COVID, and it really took me, I ain't gonna lie, like just to catch up because when COVID happened, when we had COVID, the English dub, when you sit down here and think about it, the English dub was only up to, I believe, Dressrosa, if I'm correct, during COVID 2020, I believe it only was up to 600 to 700 episodes. Cause it wasn't that. Is the past 5 years? These past years is when we got close to where we at now. Yeah. Because I remember when they said, "Oh, I can't believe One Piece hit 1,000 episodes," and everybody like, "God damn, it's about to go ahead and touch Pokemon," because Pokemon was the only other longest running anime after that. Before that, because I think Pokemon Ash's story stopped at what 1,200, if I'm correct. Don't quote me on it.
1,200. A 10-year-old stayed. Man, stay 10 years old.
Same 1,200 for 20 years plus.
And age once, then change clothes.
Well, facts, but and see that was the thing, and that's my thing with One Piece. And then after that, but don't get it twisted. One Piece ain't the first anime I've watched. I sat down here and watched pretty much Naruto all in Japanese because I was not sitting up here waiting for them to decide. Oh, I'm about to put the shit in English. So I watched I watched the whole original Naruto in English because they had that out. Shippuden, I damn near watched in Japanese.
Naruto was your first anime?
My first?
Yeah.
Nah. Cause shit, if you want to go back to your first anime, my first, without knowing it was an anime, technically speaking, my first anime was Card Captors that I've ever seen. It was Card Captors and Sailor Moon. And then when you really got into Toonami, which was early 2000s for me, was Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z, Zoids, or whatever the case may be. But the one that I could say, and then once again Pokemon, because everybody fell in love with Pokemon back in the day.
That's what I'm trying to realize. Like, we got introduced to so much anime all at once. It's hard to say like what was that first
but
anime. For me, because it just came on like normal cartoons. Because there was a section, it would be pure anime, and then it would just go straight into like what was on at that time? It would be like some Marvel or DC thing. I remember Spider-Man or some shit came on at some point.
It's just regular cartoons.
So it just meant you just think you're sitting there watching cartoons, not knowing it's
what it is.
Anime.
But that's what I said. For me, my first one, if you had to pinpoint it back, Card Captors would be my first initial introduction to anime. It'll be Card Captors and Sailor Moon. Because that was the two that came on. Especially the only reason I will always remember that because as a kid, when you're getting up for me as a kid, when getting up for school, like early morning, and you had to get up because we got to realize we from New York, so you have to travel to a lot of these places, and depending on where you at, so you got to get up at an earlier time. So during those times getting up, it used to be Card Captors used to come on, and Sailor Moon used to come on like 6 o'clock in the fucking morning. And I can't even tell you what channel, to be honest, if it was channel 11 or if it was channel 5. But all I remember was Card Captors. Those were the two. Those were the two that I used to play back to back all the time for me.
Channel 5, 11, and 9.
Channel 5, 11, 9, and 7.
9 had. I don't know if it was anime. You had cartoons playing, but
it wasn't that heavy. It wasn't really anime.
It was like 1 or 2.
2, yeah, cartoons. 7 had all Disney. Channel 7 was all Disney stuff, but 11, if you really want to go with cartoons, 11 and Channel 5, because then you had Digimon, then you had, what I mean?
And that's the thing, it's like, all of them was like Pokemon, Digimon. It was between Pokemon and Digimon, which would have been my first anime. I just didn't know it at the time, but it's between those two of what I actually saw first. I just can't remember because they're so damn similar.
Yeah. I think Pokemon dropped.
It probably is Pokemon because of how often it
showed. Yeah, because it was shown on Channel 11. And that's what I said, Pokemon is the one that I could say made me like, it kind of, you could tell was geared for kids. Based off of what it was more geared for kids.
Digimon was more. I like Digimon more just because of how aggressive everything
No, it was, yeah. Everybody liked Digimon over Pokemon was just fun. But it was just kind of
it's just now you get different opinions, but
I don't
You don't give a fuck.
Bro, this is my opinion. At the end of the day, Pokemon was for me growing up, Pokemon was fun because at the end of the day, I remember when Pokemon first came out, for me, and we was sitting, I remember this was killer. This was like, what, first grade? Yeah, first grade. Kindergarten, first grade. For some reason, you remember certain things. And I remember we were sitting on the steps. It was like pretty much, it was like that recess time or whatever the case may be that we had. And we were sitting up on the steps because Pokemon just dropped. Yeah. So when Pokemon just dropped, and it was like, it not like he had some few episodes in, and everybody's looking up in the sky and say, "Oh, I see a Pidgeotto. I see Pidgey." Like you start saying like shit, like you're looking in the clouds, bro. You're just looking in the clouds, but your imagination. This is before you knew really what Charizard really was and stuff. It's just the early stages of it. Yeah. Pidgey, Sparrow, Rattata. Like you start thinking, and you just sitting up there, even though we had a bunch of Rattatats in New York.
Oh, of course.
Mutated, but that really what it was. And then when you saw Digimon came onto the scene, you kind of felt that little bit more aggression. But once again, we didn't know what the fuck it was. We didn't know it was anime. Like what really made me know, because let me even go back. Even Yu-Gi-Oh technically was an anime.
Yeah.
Even, you know what I mean? And we looked at it as a regular cartoon, even though you learned the truth if y'all don't know about truth.
It wasn't until high school that shit really got labeled as an anime.
Yeah.
Other than that,
it was a regular cartoon.
Yeah.
And so, with that being said, until you realize there's a manga for it, and then the fact of the matter is they had to gear it for kids because the manga was, when you learn later on that the manga is very dark, that, you know, them boys were setting people to death like crazy. Like
the first manga I read was Hellsing.
Hellsing was the first one?
Yeah.
Damn. And you know what's funny? When my cousin came down from Canada, when he actually said what an anime was, showed me anime, it was Trigun. I didn't watch the whole series of it, but he showed me what Trigun was, and he said, and he's the one that told me, this is anime, or whatever the case may be. Like, he's the one that came and gave me the distinction of what it was a little bit. And Trigun, he was like, you never heard of Trigun? I said, what the hell is Trigun? Or whatever. Then he showed me what Trigun was. It was like, same thing, going on YouTube. Look up Trigun. That's because that's the only way you can, unless you find in other places. And you already know, back in them days, unless you really got the time to go ahead and put your dial up on and find the websites, and your mama not gonna curse you out.
Process
to do all of that.
Just for you to access the computer, your parents can't be using the computer or the phone. Then you gotta take the phone line from the main household phone, plug it into the computer. Bro, pray that while you booting this thing up, your parents don't need to use the phone or somebody trying to call.
Because that's how it went. That's how I saw Trigun. That's literally how I saw Trigun. And that was like pretty much like, you could say my introduction to what anime was, because we've been watching it. At this time, I already know what Dragon Ball Z was and Dragon Ball was.
Which is wild. Like, up to this day, I didn't really tap in with Dragon Ball Z like the way everybody else is. Like, it wasn't my time. Like, I get why. Like, I've tried to get into it like around this time, but I can't. It's like, I feel like it's too far gone for me to really, and there's so much different, series of it. Like,
there's so much different arcs to the sessions. More arcs, you could say.
I understand. When I watched it, it was fun to watch, but
yeah, when it popped up,
can't get deep into it. Like, I think when I watched it on TV, it was the whole Cell Saga thing that was going on.
Oh, that's when you started.
Yeah, so like I said, no. When it first popped up, it was like Goku was young. That's when the whole thing with Bulma.
Oh, so you watched Dragon Ball? So that's before.
See, and that's what confused me too. Because 1 minute said Dragon Ball, the next minute I watched it, it said Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, so I'm like,
because Dragon Ball is where. I
just thought it was like a 2, you know, Dragon Ball 2. Yeah, Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball is when Goku was younger, and this is before the Super.
Word, and Dragon Ball Z is when full adult.
Is when he's a full adult and you have a kid, and you have a wife.
Like, what the fuck? I just stopped watching for a couple of years, but damn.
Yeah, Dragon Ball is the first thing. But yeah, that's when, I ain't gonna lie, I never tapped into Dragon Ball Z. I never fully tapped, like you, into Dragon Ball Z. I don't know. Dragon Ball Z was one of them it was cool to watch when it's on, but it's not really something that I really paid attention to.
The story, I don't know what was going on, bro.
I could say the only time I kind of paid attention to it for a bit, and this is way after, this was during the Boo saga, going into the Boo saga.
Yeah, that's the only two I watched. The Cell and when Boo popped up. That was
because I saw the Cell saga. I saw the ending of the Cell saga. Because there's bits and pieces that I saw when the androids came in and the android was 16, 17, and 18.
The episodes are all over the place.
And I saw when they came in, Cell destroyed them or whatever the case may be. And then I saw when Gohan actually went to Gohan did Super Saiyan 2 when he did the father and son Kamehameha. I saw and all of that. I saw when, you know what I mean, there's bits and pieces because if you want to go back, I went back to when I've seen from the beginning when Raditz and Vegeta came in. And then after that they killed, you know what I mean, the whole situation when they held when Gohan or Goku hold Raditz and told Piccolo to shoot him and he died. Then there's a whole bunch of shit I missed in between that Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2. I had to catch up bits and pieces. But it wasn't one of them things I could say like I sat down there and go like I've continuously watched this situation. The one that I've continuously watched and I really watched it till the end was Naruto. Naruto was the one I've watched. Because I remember when Naruto came in, I've always said this, and me and you talked about this all the time. I felt like Naruto came and impacted the anime world because I felt like that's when everybody started paying attention to anime. Like we all knew, like once you started learning what anime was, then you realize, oh, we've been watching this for some time. We just didn't know it was classified as what it was. Yeah. And then after that, it was literally because I remember people used to have watch parties on the block. For Naruto. When Naruto episode used to drop, everybody's like, yo, we going over there to watch that. And everybody was sitting down just to watch this 30 minutes goddamn show. And everybody's sitting down there watching this goddamn show and go like, shit, that shit, yo. So after a while, I was like, you know what, I gotta watch this for myself. Yeah. So I sat back and I watched it. I sat like damn near every day. Sat and put on Naruto, watched a few episodes because at that time, that's when Netflix was not where it's at now. That's when Netflix was getting. Yeah, it's still the rental, but they started doing that little app situation. Like that's when we started. That's when, if y'all don't understand, this when Wi-Fi was really coming a big thing. This when everybody we had. This when we started seeing touchscreen phones, computers end up being on Wi-Fi and stuff like that. So you didn't have to worry about it or whatever the case may be. And now I remember going on because at them times that's when anime used to have their own. Damn near every anime you wanted to watch had their own website. So Naruto had his own website besides Netflix because Netflix used to show anime a lot because I saw a lot of anime on Netflix that really and truly is not even like I can't find them. It's just the fact of the matter is you don't know licensing wise or whatever. Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I can't tell you the name of these animes either because I can only describe to you how a lot of them was for me, and some of them were like 22 episode animes, like very short animes or whatever the case may be. And so Naruto, I sat down and watched from pretty much when he was a kid, watched the whole situation up until we got to Shippuden, and then after that from Shippuden, I just tapped in and I just geared it on what's it called? Pretty much on in Japanese. That's the first time I could realize you could pay attention to words and you just got to skim through. If I was ever reading fast, that's because of things. Started reading, skimming, just all because of anime. Just skimming, and you understood. And that's the crazy part about it. It was like back then. It's like when you watching anime back then and you watching in Japanese, it felt like you understood the language. You catching everything, and you're in depth with it. You're not sitting up there going like, "What did he say? What did he mean?" You're not even pausing. And the funny thing about this is you wasn't even pausing the goddamn episode. You're literally skimming. You looking down, and you're looking at the action. Looking down real quick, looking at the action. At a certain
point, you just see everything.
It's like your eyes go like this. It's like you were reading and watching at the same time. And you knew exactly what they were saying, and you knew exactly what the hell was popping off in this goddamn episode. Yep. It was like a skill. It was like a magic skill that nobody can come and say, yo, you understand? You knew exactly what was happening, bro. And that's our thing. And then after that, that's how it was. And then that's when I really tapped in a lot with that. Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail has been my shit. I still haven't finished the whole situation, but Fairy Tail. They dropped that 1,000-Year Quest.
Bro, I haven't touched it since the original story ended. I really got to get back to that thing.
Yeah, that's another one. It's a funny ass anime. I never watched that. Then, of course, before we had Fire Force, we had Soul Eaters. Cause Soul Eaters, I watched Soul Eaters on Netflix.
I didn't watch. I've seen it pop up, but I never watched it until like recent years. I think 2020, I watched the whole of Soul Eaters.
Damn.
And then I just realized Fire Force
is in the same realm. Yeah.
Soul Eaters. So I'm like, it's a cool story. The whole two different animes, and then you find out they're both in the same universe.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man. Like I think because I didn't realize it, I was reading mangas before like fully watching anime.
Yeah.
Because I had a cousin had the daycare. His parents owned the daycare my mom worked at, and he was big into anime. Like he knew, he watched everything. Had a bunch of mangas. And I was just like, I'd see it on the shelf. I asked him, "Can I read one?" He's like, "Yeah, go ahead." I happened to grab Hellsing, read through that, and he had Inuyasha, read through that too, and I ain't lying. There's some dope stories. Well, like I said, I didn't know the order and how I learned you had to read the shit backwards.
Words, yeah.
So I'm here reading it like a regular book, and then I'm like, yo, this shit don't make sense. And he said, yo, start from here.
Yeah, because you're reading this is like, well, I feel like it didn't go nowhere. Like you starting to the action and you going back to the story. Like what?
Shit don't make sense. The bubbles and how they speaking don't make sense. Like what kind of book is this?
So my question, I got a question. Is there any anime that you've heard about that was hyped up that when you started watching it, you was like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. I can't watch it.
So wait, from just anime though, not like manga and
no,
anime?
Just anime. Is there any anime that people had hyped up and go like, yo, you gotta watch this, you gotta watch this, you gotta watch it? Through all your time that you've been watching anime, is there any anime that people had told you, like, it doesn't matter if it's from me, from Archie, from anybody that told you, yo, you gotta tap into this anime? And then you tapped into it, you go like, all right, cool, let me check it out. And then when you checked it out, you like, nah.
To be honest, if I did, I probably forgot the name of the shit. There probably was one, I just don't remember the name.
Mine's gonna piss a lot of people off. I know that.
I'm really trying to remember, bro.
Mine's gonna piss a lot of people off.
Yeah, I can't remember. I can picture it, but I just can't get the name. Yeah, I can't remember the name right now, bro. I forgot the name completely, to be honest.
Damn, that's how you know that shit. And he said, nah. He said he didn't even tap in. He said, nah.
It could have been, like, you see how we tell people you gotta watch a couple of episodes of One Piece? That could have been what it was. I just watched one episode, so yeah, I'm not feeling it. Next. So that could have happened. It could have been a dope anime. I don't know.
Well,
Alright, so I think I'm trying to. I have the picture. All I can remember is a dark skinned dude with yellow hair. I think he had an afro. I think I watched like one episode.
The one with on where he had them. Am I thinking of the right thing? Cause I know there's one. There's an anime. It's not a dude. I believe it's a girl. And they had that car that changed into a mecha.
Nah, not that. That was a dope ass. Was that? Would you consider that anime?
It was an anime.
What you talking about?
It was an anime.
The fat white boy, and he had like Transformer type car.
Yeah, and it
was like an emo dude and this skinny white girl.
No, it's all black. They were all black.
Black.
They were what's it called? They were on I believe it was Netflix that did it. I believe it was Netflix that it came out on, because I remember when they think.
Wait, did they do the live action?
No.
Okay.
They only did like.
I was about to say.
They only did like. They only did 10. They only did like 10 episodes of this thing, and it never really came back. They only did 10 episodes.
All I remember, there was like a dark skinned guy with like yellow hair, and I guess there was a creature with him or something. That's all I can remember.
If y'all know what anime he talking about, shoot it in the comments, because I don't even know what anime he talking about.
I watched one episode of it. I don't think I really like got into it from the first episode, so I just forgot about it.
You see me, like I told you, I'm about to piss a lot of people off.
I know what you're gonna say. It's okay.
Yeah, it's all right. It's my opinion. You see me, the anime that I didn't tap into, because like Uncle Dylan said from the first episode, it just never gravitate. And that's me personally. When it comes down to a lot of these shows, a lot of the times I don't pick up, or if it don't gravitate me from the episode 1, I don't kind of lock in. And my mind's is Bleach. It's Bleach.
It's okay, bro. It's alright.
It never really.
It don't hit. You can say the same for me. Well, no. I watched bits and pieces of Dragon Ball Z. I just didn't tap into the full story. So
yeah, I didn't watch bits and pieces of Bleach. I tried numerous of times. I'm not gonna sit down here and say I didn't. I tried.
I think even what it is for me
was crazy.
It came to Bleach.
Yeah,
I think it was because of, like, I guess you could say the swordplay and the different powers everybody had. That kind of, because I was already, like, I could say it had like a slow start from what I remember. But I think what really kept me is like trying to see what everybody's like. Now I'm about to mess up the fucking the Zanpakutos. Oh, alright, you didn't even tap in, so
talking to the wrong
swords.
guy.
Basically, everybody had their power was basically linked to their sword.
Yeah,
and I was just really interested in seeing how everybody's own different, because later in the anime, the more people you meet and the more stronger characters you meet, they have really unique abilities and things like that.
Yeah.
So I think that's what really kept me in the way they were fighting and everything. They really like hooked me to stay and keep watching the anime. So yeah, that was just my reason for continuing watching.
Yeah, my whole thing with it, and to me personally, it's probably not a real solid reason. Like me personally, it was one of them things where I remember when everybody was talking about it, and everybody was telling you like, "Yo, tap into it. Yo, everybody got to watch this." Da 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 da. And I tried, and for some reason, I don't know what it was. It just never felt like something that I just want to continue watching.
Yeah.
Probably now I could probably give it a try and watch it, and probably I could go like, all right, let me sit down here and really try to watch the situation.
I wouldn't say force it, bro.
But that was just before, me. I tried it numerous of times, and I was like, yeah,
it wasn't gonna change. It's still the same story. So if you didn't like it before, you might not like it now.
Which is crazy, because there's a lot of people that would come and tell, how can you watch this and you don't? Bro, y'all gotta understand the way my mind works.
Here's the thing, and you know me, being a car guy, my favorite anime is not what everybody else. I mean, everybody gonna have their opinion on favorite anime, and because of the things I'm into, my favorite anime is not, Naruto or Bleach. It's Initial D,
yeah.
Wangan Midnight, who's both about cars.
And I haven't watched neither one.
Nope.
I haven't watched neither one.
I would have told you to put, because I know you were interested in cars, but it's like,
the thing about it is
the Japanese style of racing, and
that's fine. Racing. The only thing about it is it's hard to find that goddamn anime. Since Funimation went down.
Initial D, I watched the whole thing back on YouTube.
You see, and that's probably got to watch it, because they had it.
Midnight's the same thing. You can't find it on Crunchyroll.
Yeah, because when Funimation had Initial D.
Yeah,
I remember that clearly when Funimation had that thing, but it looked like that catalog. Because there's certain catalogs that never took over into Crunchyroll when they merged.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I've been trying to find Initial D because I've seen clips of it, and I'm like, "Yo, this look fire."
Yeah, and I want to tap in. If you're into cars,
this is
a dope anime to watch. That and Wangan Midnight.
Fucking right.
I said those are my favorite anime. I mean, granted, I'll put them shits over Naruto and any of the big three just because of what I'm interested in. But
that's facts. Nah, that's facts.
I'm like, shit, I ain't gonna lie. That new anime you put me on.
Which one?
The one I can't pronounce. The one with
the Garrett. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit up here and try to pronounce it either. That shit fire. Yeah.
If the story is good on that, like if they do the story right, and I'm sure they got the manga somewhere I could probably just read, but if they do that story right, the way it's going, I feel like it might be better than some of the top 3, bro. Like I said, I don't know. There's probably people online that already blazed through the story.
So here's my thing. What would you consider the top 3 anime? The big 3. Who would you consider the big 3?
The big 3 is the big 3. It's like,
but
if you're talking about my favorites,
who is the big 3? Because then there's people that will change it and think. So who is the big 3? If people don't know, who's the big 3?
There's Naruto, Bleach, One Piece. Yeah.
So Naruto, Bleach,
and One Piece. Oh, you got a different 3?
No, I don't got a different 3. Well, technically, my whole thing with my big 3 would have been not Bleach. It would have been, because the way I've looked at it would have been Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, and Bleach. I mean Naruto and One Piece. That's what I've seen it. But
see, the thing is. Over the years, I've heard different things that make the big 3. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Some people said it was how much they sold or their popularity, things like that. So I'm like, if it's so much different things, you can't really. That's why you're always gonna have a different big 3.
Because if you had to go off of popularity, overall, let's go about overall popularity, right? We're not going to include My Hero. We're not going to include JJ because I've heard there's another big 3 with them too.
Well, I heard you can't have another big 3, so I don't know.
Because that's what I'm saying.
That's what it's not making sense. If you have a big 3, can they be replaced?
You can be replaced. Because but that goes on to me, and once again, our opinions. Talk to y'all out here. This is our opinions. To me, the big 3 can be replaced because it's based off of your criteria. If you had to go about popularity, right? If you had to go popularity, especially in this day and age now,
well, it's hard.
It's going to be hard.
You have 4, and it's hard to even pick a 3 straight out of those.
Because that's why I
would say if you had to do
if you had to do popularity now,
Naruto has to be there.
Now?
For the whole thing, like.
If you had to go about popularity,
you got to think about it.
If you had to do popularity now, Naruto, no.
Oh, you mean all right?
If you had to do popularity now, it won't be Dragon Ball Z, no Naruto.
Well, it wouldn't be none of them.
Well, no, I'll still give One Piece because One Piece is still the biggest. It's still going. Not only that, it still has its hype the way it has. Mm-hmm. Even though it's been on for years, it has its hype the way it has. Then you have JJK. Then you have.
You have My Hero.
You have My Hero. But then there's still more. Because, that's what I'm saying, the criteria, because of course you had Demon Slayer.
Oh, yes, Demon Slayer. Yeah.
You feel me? So that's what I'm saying. It all depends on things. I know that the big 3 ain't changing because these are the top 3 animes of all time. And that's why I've put Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, and One Piece, and I've always said that because based off of Dragon Ball Z was, to me, is like the god, and I realize why people probably don't put it, because Dragon Ball Z is like the godfather of this whole situation. Because when you think about it, before we all knew this was really anime, Dragon Ball Z was the first one a lot of us really paid attention to, because it was on Toonami, had the action. Everybody was like, is Bulma gonna do this? Find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Like, we all knew this situation, and everybody's waiting for the next episode because we want to know what the frick happened. Because they ask you a question, they keep questioning you at the end of the goddamn show, what the fuck is about to happen next, and then you're questioning the same thing. But then I've always told you, Naruto is the one that came in and brought everybody. Naruto was the one that came in and everybody started paying attention to it. And then I've always said One Piece, because One Piece was that one that everybody kind of forgot, but then one day really, the ones that knew was looking for him, they knew what One Piece was, they stayed on tune until it blew the fuck up. Because honestly speaking, if a lot of people don't realize, for those that have been watching One Piece, y'all stayed in tune with it for years. Y'all been on top of it from the manga, collecting all this. Y'all stayed on for years. If y'all really haven't noticed, One Piece only, technically speaking, the major popularity of One Piece really came for these past 5 to 6 years.
Yeah.
It really has been these past after everybody has launched it's been 1,000 episodes.
Yeah.
It's really been the past. That's when really everybody was paying attention.
You're looking at Naruto and all these other anime. They ain't touch 1,000.
Because think about it. When it came down to it, One Piece been popping up here in these past few years, damn near everywhere. The pop-up shop in Vegas. Who has been playing this? It's been restaurants that been doing collabs with One Piece and doing like One Piece has been making his mark for the past damn near 5 years on this situation, and it's been here for damn near 20 years. I could say going pretty much on show 20 years, most likely been out longer than that. Manga been out longer than that. You feel me?
So Naruto got like between the original and Shippuden, like 720 episodes. So
yeah. So
I know Bleach don't got nowhere close to this.
I heard that manga ended years ago, and they now is talking about this new what's it called? But yeah,
new one.
The new series for
Naruto?
No, for Bleach.
Oh, yeah.
Because I heard that manga finished years ago. It's been gone. The manga been done already. So it's just every other episodes that they've been dinging now, or whatever the case may be. So yeah, bro. But that's all I'm saying. That's just me on the big three. Like it's not no jab at Bleach about it, but my whole thing with it, why I've seen those was the three is because honestly speaking, and I know people will put Bleach in that category, and that's totally how it goes. But the reason I picked those three is because based off of everything that has been happening around these three, even down to Shogun Jump and all that type of shit, the game, it wasn't Bleach. It was literally the three guys you're picking was Goku, Naruto, and Luffy.
It was crazy. That game kind of died off quick, bro.
Because that game stayed in Japan for so long until it came over.
Oh, I thought it was something new.
Nah, Shogun Jump was one of them. Shonen Jump was one of them that it had Shonen Star. Shonen Star was the first one, and it only was Japanese. It was only Japanese. You had to find your way to get it on your thing, but it only stayed Japanese. Like it doesn't change into English, none of that. And then after that, they made Shonen Jump, and Shonen Jump came when it officially came over in a sense, because then you could have bought it on PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
When it officially came over, but it was technically, those are one of them exclusive Japanese games that pretty much put a lot of the anime characters that you known into the series and go from there.
Gotcha.
And that's how it went. And then, you had them, yeah. Yeah. The only person I've never seen on it, because I heard there was a difference between Shonen and what's it called, was my boy Natsu, but we ain't gonna talk about it.
I didn't realize why there wasn't so much. When that game came out, I thought it was just gonna be like every anime or at least popular anime. I didn't know there was like
there's a thing. What was Shonen, and I forgot the other company, because that's what Natsu and them is on. There's another company that had Fairy Tail or whatever, but I was like touche. Yeah. I said touche. You know what I mean? It's not. I'm not the creators of none of this. I'm just saying. I'm just a fan, and I just thought I'd get to play my boy Natsu at least once in a game, but fuck this game. Nah, I played it though. This shit was nice. That's how I got into Black Clover.
Oh, through the game?
Black Clover is one of them I keep starting, and I never continued until I finished.
Black Clover is like Naruto, bro.
Black Clover started. Here's the thing: when Black Clover,
most of the things about Black Clover just remind me of Naruto. It's mainly because of Asta and how much he screams. And
the thing with me was
just to fight.
Early years when I first watched Black Clover, I've always got to the point where, and which is like the first 7 episodes. And for some reason, I don't know why it always happens. I always get to the point where he finally gets into the Black Bulls, and he meets the crew, and then from there,
you need to start. Don't start from the beginning.
No, I finished it now. Don't get me wrong. I've watched the whole thing through.
Bro, just start where you left off.
I'm just saying that Black Clover was one of them in the beginning of it. Was the fact of the matter is I sat up here and I've watched it before even the Shonen Jump situation. I watched it the first time, and I got into it. Like I was slowly getting into it. He got up to what's it called? He beat old boy with the when his sword came up, and he beat old boy with the chains and all type of shit. And then after that, he got into the Black Bulls. He was in the Black Bulls, and he meet the whole crew. But then for some reason, it's either get too busy or whatever. Then I stop watching it. Then years go by. I will start it again, do the same shit again because I can't remember what the hell happened. So I'm like you. I probably restarted Black Clover damn near 3 times before I officially got it right. And literally speaking, I'm gonna tell y'all this now. I officially finished I officially actually watched the whole thing Black Clover damn near 2 years ago. And it's because of Archie.
Oh, at least you finished.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Now I'm with him on this one. I'm boycotting. I'm out here want to cause a riot because I'm waiting for. You can't leave me on a shake hand between him and his demon and go like,
next episode?
When we going next? Like, yeah, bro.
Yeah, I hate that ending. Well, no, it's not an ending. It's just we're just waiting for the next episode.
The cliffhanger like a motherfucker. It's a cliffhanger for ages.
Squared up with his demon to get more power.
We're gonna do this together. Cliffhanger. Oops. Where's the next episode? We don't know. It's worse than Dragon Ball Z asking questions. That was good. Asking all these questions and never got an answer to it. You feel me? So that's my thing.
So as adults now, you think anime is for kids?
Yeah. I believe it is. For me personally, because we watched it as kids, I ain't gonna lie to you. We started off watching it as kids before we even knew it. I've always thought it was for kids. It's just the fact of the matter is, it depends on what you're looking at it for. Because.
All right, so check this. Would you say that anime's gotten, or you've noticed anime get more sexualized because I feel like it's always been there, but as kids we're not seeing it. So now we're adults and we notice everything. But
you see, but that's the thing though. My whole thing about this is anime has never been put like this. My anime has never been over sexualized, as I feel like we took it that far as people. Based off of everybody tapping and doing the cosplays and all that. Now, granted, do we have animes that kind of teeter the line? Like you can watch My Hero Academia. That's what I say. Do we have a lot of animes that teeter the line? Yes, we do.
It was crazy. They're most of the popular ones.
But you gotta also, how I've also looked at it too, is that the fact of the matter is, we weren't looking at anime for the sexuality. It was the fight scenes. It was the story. It was all of that. The overcoming of something. You feel me? The defeats and actually rooting for somebody. And you feel me? And that's like with any cartoon. Like no matter if, for instance, Dexter's Laboratory, his mother had cheeks. Word. We wasn't looking at it as that.
When we was growing up, what the man was gonna invent and what shit he gonna get into. You know, his sister coming to bother him. Like
what the hell is about to happen next? You feel me? Powerpuff Girls. You had the sexy secretary that we can't see her head. We wasn't looking at that. We was looking at it as a regular cartoon that sat up there and we was trying to figure out what was gonna happen in this episode. You feel me? So it's not the fact that it wasn't there. It was there.
We just didn't notice it.
We wasn't paying focus. It wasn't our focus on it. Now, like I said, now it became forever, because not even just in that. It's most like in a lot of situations, gaming, DC Comics, Marvel, and all that. Everybody wants to, why can't we have this type of version of that? Like, why can't we have the original costume and this and that or whatever? You're not looking for it for the plot. A lot of people's not looking for the storyline. It's not the storyline no more. They're looking for it. If it's a female and they wanted her to have a skimpy outfit, that's what we're looking for. That's not what we all got into the shit for. And that's the actuality of the situation. We didn't get into anime because of the sexuality or whatever was happening. We was literally getting into anime because of the storyline, because of the characters. We felt in touch with all of these characters. Yes, have we noticed? And I would talk about One Piece because One Piece is one of my favorite animes. Yes, have we not noticed that Robin and Nami have big titties? Yes, we have. But are we focusing on Robin and Nami's big titties? No, we're not. We're watching the whole. We've been watching this, literally speaking, to see what the fuck is about to happen. We see Nami with no titties, and we were still sitting up here watching with the shit. You feel me? Mm-hmm. We tapped in because we was like, yo, Gear 5, that shit's fire. Zoro going into I'm gonna say devil, pretty much devil mode or whatever case may be.
Because there's no official name.
There's an actual name. I'm not right now. I can't remember the name. But Zoro going into his different modes, and everybody wondering if he's gonna open his eye and all. This is what we've been tapping into One Piece for. Same thing with Black Clover and all these other ones. We tap into the situation not because of this character looks sexy, she got big titties or whatever. No, we sat up here and watched it because of the plot of the situation. What are we getting into when we watch this anime? What are we looking for? What is the story about? Is the story good? Because damn near, there's a lot of animes that watch that could have had big titty women, big booty women, but we didn't watch it because we found the whole thing boring. The shit was whack. This thing's starting off slow. I don't like this drama. There's a lot of them that's out there. You feel me? That have the same situation. That don't mean we're checking for it because the woman on the check had big, was overly sexualized. We were watching it because we want to make sure that if we want to watch this, are we investing our time in something that has a good story, that has a good plot? Are we going to see are we going to be having like a OP solo leveling type of shit? Where the main character just goddamn OP and you really to the point that slaps everybody and you go like, are you gonna ever get defeated? Or are we watching something like Naruto? Are we watching something like Dragon Ball Z where the main character doesn't always win the fight the first time? One Piece shows it a lot. Luffy don't always win the fucking fight the first time. He actually gets his ass kicked numerous of times, damn near dies numerous of times. Wait till the last second and all of a sudden this man is whooping ass. That's what we get into the shit for. It's based off the story. I feel like when it comes down to it, a lot of people takes these characters and just go onto this tangent, and it feels to me is like it goes into this over sexualization situation that people's looking at it different. Like, is this why y'all really watching this? And then it doesn't make it any better that and kudos to everybody else that everybody stay true to what they like, but then you have cosplayers, which it becomes over sexualized because now you have females.
What you're saying, which I will say, I've found a lot of cosplayers who could dress up without having to.
As I'm saying,
cosplay the sexy characters, and they still look.
They still look dope. You feel me?
Because, like we said, sex sells. So if you can make money,
and that's
cosplaying certain characters,
why not?
Get you the most views. It's gonna get you following up.
And that's facts.
It's gonna earn you money, so it's like, why not do it?
That's what I'm saying. That's where it goes. Like, it's because of that. It kind of, to me, it kind of does a little spoiled thing to me because it's like, damn, bro, we don't have to go there.
Yeah, the community itself is looked at as all y'all care about is, the women in these anime. And y'all don't care about the story. And that's another thing. Do you think it's the creators? Do you think the creators have any fault in this? Because I would say at a certain point, we did notice like a crazy increase in, these, sexualized women,
But then, to me, it'll be like what they basing it off of. Because
it would just be.
But you got to think about it.
You could say almost every anime now has at least one.
Yeah, but you remember, even in almost every anime, they're basing off of certain cultures. Because even Japanese, when you watched it, Japanese would tell you, like when they watch certain characters, what region they came from. They could tell you, this is not a Japanese man, this is German. This ain't German, this is Irish. Because I remember I saw the video when they did it and they were showing people like different animes and whatever. They was asking the Japanese, and they was in Japan, and they was asking. They was like, when you watch this, who are they basing it off of? And they go like, oh no, this is not Japan. They're not basing it off of Japan. They're basing it off of Germany. This is a German because of, and they would sit down there and describe you why they base it off of Germany, because of the hair color, because of, you should see the and we're talking about a character here. You feel me? We're talking about a cartoon character here, and they're breaking it down like this is an actual real individual. So to me personally, I will give them a little blame. Because yes, they are the creators of anime, and we always heard for some reason Japanese have something they always infatuated with big titties.
You never seen a character with
facts. But you also, I'm not gonna give them 100% blame, because it's up to you and your perception of how you look at this. Because at the end of the day, if they're looking at something, like I said, they could go ahead and go like, I am basing this off of, let's say, it's a model from, let's say, Brazil. Yeah. They're going to go off of the T of what they see Brazilians look like. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So if they come and say, oh, I see majority of Brazilians, when I type in Brazilian women or Brazilian men, what do they look like? And they come and they show you, and they show you different features. Most likely they're gathering that information, and they're going to depict that in their anime. It's like, well, this is what they say Brazilians look like. This is what I'm going to create this character off of. You feel me? Based off the cultures. Because like I said, we already know, even in One Piece, we already know all of them is from different, I think Zoro's the only one from Japanese that's there. I think they saying Luffy is Brazilian, and they saying Brazilian. Nami's from Norway or something like that. So they're all from different Russian. So it's like, we could tell Nico Robin makes sense. Nico is more of a Russian name.
Frankie's American. Well,
Frankie, I think American, because of the way he is. He's more, and you could tell he's more off of. Every time I look at Frankie, I look at what was it, Ace Ventura. So, and it may not be from him, but that's how I look at Ace Ventura, how they did Johnny Bravo and all type of shit. But that's what I'm saying. You feel me? They're basing it off of different cultures. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So if they're gonna tap into a certain culture, they're gonna try to depict that culture as much as they can. Hell, look at how they did the African girl in Promised Neverland. You feel me? They try to show it with like this girl nappy hair, even though she was properly dressed. They gave her cornrows and all. They gave her what? If I'm correct, it was corn.
Was it puffy hair?
It's puffy hair, but I think it was she still had a little, if I'm correct, she still had little cornrows, because I'll be mixing up her and somebody else. But they try to do as best as they can.
Even in that, like I said, even though we can't get the name right, that latest anime with
got the Gara, yeah,
something.
The anime with the G.
Anime about the pits.
Yes, about falling into the pits.
The black woman they did, like. That was a nicely done.
That's what I'm saying.
From a black woman. Like.
So when they do these animes, they try to get as best as they can, and I'm not gonna fault them for it, because if they're gonna tap into some other culture, they're gonna look and see how they can depict it. Yeah, it's up to the consumer to sit up here and go like, what am I looking at this for? Am I only tapping into this because all I've been seeing is big titty women and all this type of thing, so I'm gonna tap into this? Or am I gonna really tap into this because damn, that fight scene was badass and I gotta see what the hell was happening? How did we get here? You feel me? That's how I look at it as. It's up to the consumer. To me, it's more of a consumer thing. And going back to the...
And then I think the creators over the years, because of the back and forth between seeing how the consumer acts when they see a certain scene, if it had that type of woman, that's how you've seen these, weird angles in anime shots. Like, if there is a woman with like big titties, they're gonna angle it in a way that it shows it off, and then
true.
There's been all these weird different angles when it comes to anime, but
or they might add a more pervy character. Yeah. Like Sanji or Pervy Sage. But to me personally, I look at it as, when it comes down to it, I feel like
it's a back and forth.
It's a back and forth. But I also feel like, as a consumer, you know what you're watching this for. Mm-hmm. To me, it's up to you to choose what you're watching this for. If you're gonna watch an anime and the anime is whack, but you're only here because one character have big titties, that's on you. That's really on you. I'm not gonna stop you from doing that.
And I won't say most of the community is doing it. It's just what's promoted the most. Like, you go on socials. Anyone talking about the anime for some reason, it's about the
but that's to me. Weird. But that's also lets you know. To me personally, that also lets you sometimes know what if people are really into anime, or they just into certain things.
You kind of weed them out
because the ones that's into anime will put you onto anime that you'd never heard of.
Yeah.
Like to me, the one I just really recently heard, Tact Op Destiny. The reason I found that out because it was really, I saw a fight scene. Had nothing to do with how badass the girl looked or whatever. She was just out here kicking ass on the shit and whatever. I didn't know what it was, and I asked my homeboy. I said, "Yo, you heard?" I sent him the clip. I said, "What the fuck? What anime is this shit? This shit look fire." And then he told me, "He's like, yo, it's Tact Op Destiny, bro. It's about musicians. It's a pretty much fighting through music type shit." And I said, "All right, cool. I gotta tap into this." And I've been watching it since. I think it don't have that much episodes. I think it's still on season 1 if I'm correct, but. It don't have that much episode, but I've been tapped into it because I found I seen one scene and I fucks with it. Same thing with My Shield Hero. I didn't watch My Shield Hero because of the fact of the matter is, even though Homeboy calls her a bitch the whole goddamn time. I didn't watch it because of that. I watched it because of the story because the story was dope to me.
No, the story
is fire. You feel me? But that's what I said. You gotta watch anime for what you watch it for. To me, if you're really into anime, it doesn't matter what the character looks like to you, because you're not gonna stick around for the character itself per se. You're gonna stick around for what the story's telling you. Yeah, the character could look badass.
What happens to the character?
Yeah, you want to see what happens to the character. You want to see what he goes through. You want to see if he's one of them that the character dies in the middle of the shit. Like, holy shit. What you mean the character dies? I thought he was the main character or she was the main character. Nah, nigga, she's not.
An anime like
what was that, Attack on Titan?
Nah.
Because that was the one thing I heard.
Something like Kill.
When
everybody that you thought was
it Kill la Kill?
It's one of them, bro. Because I know there's another anime that has a similar name.
Because Attack on Titan did the same thing too. Attack on Titan, I've always
killed off everybody.
Damn near they said don't fall in love with characters because damn near almost.
Well, I know that because I watched that shit from start to beginning. I mean, start to end, and. Damn near everybody.
Start to beginning goes crazy, right?
I corrected myself.
Nigga said he only stayed on episode 1. Nigga said
in one episode.
Said, I watched that shit from start to beginning. You're damn right. You only stayed episode 1 in this bitch. You didn't go nowhere after that. Start to beginning goes crazy. Nah.
I corrected myself. Look, start to end. Everybody that you thought was like main character, or at least close to the main character, died.
You see? I told you.
I don't remember if they actually defeated. I think they did defeat who they was facing off against, but and it was some brutal deaths too, bro. Like shit was wild. I just can't remember the full name of that. I know it's it has something to do with Kill in the name, but
I think it's Kill la Kill. I believe that's the name of the anime. I believe that's the name. I haven't really watched it. I've always said I had to tap into it. I haven't really watched it, but I believe it. I believe that's the name of the anime. Don't quote me. Y'all don't chastise us on this shit. We just having fun with this.
We just
facts. Facts. But yeah, that's how I feel, bro. But then you see the thing about this is since you bring up the over sexualization, I feel like even with that, they put it in things like video games. I know we talked about it before, but it was like the same thing. And sometimes I feel like Stellar Blade?
Yeah, Stellar Blade, and even the first Descendants, which I was a game I was really into in the beginning, but the player base, like any forums or anything like that you get into just to get some kind of information on the game, is nothing but ass and titty shots of players showing like, oh, look at this. I'm like, bro, like I'm just trying to look for something, maybe some kind of tip to help me in this part of the game. Can't find it because all y'all want to post is ass and titties.
Yeah, the mods is crazy.
It's not mods, bro. They literally put these costumes in the game, bro. They just
I know for Stellar Blade and thing. I don't know what he said. First Descendants. What is the first?
Is it free to play? It might be free to play. It's like a kind of like a Destiny Warframe type game. And the characters, almost everybody running around with a female character, and there's some skimpy costumes that they releasing into the game for you to play with. shit don't make sense. You're supposed to be running around with armor. Girls running around, titties out, in a bikini to fight people. The fuck who's gonna block bullets in a bikini?
Well, they are. They said they are. They know what they're doing in this.
Guess what? Look, see, I would have been okay if it was on equal, and this is like a, what do you call it?
Where you going with this?
I'm trying to.
My man said on equal. I got scared. I thought he's about to say on equal playing fields.
Well, because like, if you're gonna do something for the women,
you about to do something for the men.
Well, I mean, it'll make sense because they got female players too. But guess what?
I understand that
the men are in full armor, like some military type shit. But guess what? Hey, women, go out in a bikini and fight these aliens. Yeah. Guess what they just dropped? The summer outfits, beach party type shit.
They out here showing it off, ain't it?
Probably you guys got a t-shirt on.
They ain't coming out there with at least the shorts and showing off their brood body.
I'd have to go on whatever website or whatever just to see if they did that for the men. But all I've been seeing when it comes to First Descendants is the female character costumes.
Yeah.
So, it kind of turned me away from the game. Like if that's all I'm seeing, and I'm trying to out here, like I like customizing things with armor and shit. And shit, don't even get me started on my Anthem.
We don't gotta talk about that one. We don't gotta talk about that one. That was a fail of a game. But since we're on video games, this is our nerd episode.
Yeah,
so we going in.
Yeah.
So for this one, what introduced you to gaming? Either what game, what system. This how you gonna tell our ages here, bro? Because y'all about to hear some ages on how far back we about to go.
My first handheld, which was the original Nintendo Game Boy.
Ooh, black and white.
Black and white.
Remember the screen was black. It wasn't.
Oh yeah, the screen was black and white.
I
could only play that shit in the daytime or find a piece of light to play on them.
Because you gotta get the attachment to put the light on if you had that.
No, not that. That didn't come with no attachment.
That's what I'm saying.
The bulky shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you had the attachment to plug in at the bottom.
The only game I had was Mario.
Bro.
Yeah. That was my first system. Let me see. If I can remember. I didn't have too much system because, moms came through once in a while with a system. So I had the original Game Boy. Mm-hmm. I think I had Mario for it. Don't know if I had any other games. Then mom's, I don't know if she got it from a family or however she got it. The Nintendo.
Which one?
The gray and black one, where you had the big ass the floppy
cartridges.
The cartridges.
What do you mean? Because we got
Super Nintendo.
Oh, 64.
Super Nintendo, not the 64. That's later. The Super Nintendo.
64 was first.
You had to blow into the cartridge every time just to get that shit to work.
Yeah, Super Nintendo was a small one, the gray and purple.
Nah, it was gray. It was a purple?
Yeah.
I thought it was gray and black.
It's purple because
you had the controller that only had a D-pad and A and B. Yeah. Original controllers, but not all this XY.
Because 64 was first.
Nah, 64 wasn't before that Super Nintendo.
Yes.
No, I'm talking about before that, the original Super Nintendo.
The Super Nintendo. Remember, it started off with. Everybody knows, it was Atari and all that.
Oh, I didn't get
64 came out because I remember this. 64 came out. Nintendo 64 came out way before. The Super came out before the Super Nintendo.
Nah, bro.
Yes.
The 64 had better graphics than the Super Nintendo. I'm talking about the original Mario. You could play the original Mario.
Yeah, I know what you talk. I know.
Bro, look it up.
I'm about to look it up right now.
The original Super Nintendo. That's what I had.
Because I had the Super Nintendo too.
Because the cartridge had the split. They had the Super Mario and Duck Hunt. That's when you had the little the gun that came with the system.
Watch.
Yeah, you go the Super Nintendo because you had Smash Brothers, GoldenEye, and all that Mario Kart on the 64, bro. Oh, here, look it up. Well, put a Super Nintendo. That shit gonna come up.
Well, I guess he's right.
I tell you, only had one game. That Mario and Duck Hunt.
Super Nintendo was released before the Nintendo 64.
Going crazy.
The Super Nintendo released in Japan in 1990, in North America 1991, and in Europe in 92. The 64 was released in 96, and North American in 96. Damn, my mother put me back there. My mother put me back. That is crazy. Yo. Because the reason why I said Nintendo, the reason why I said I felt like Super Nintendo came out after is because I remember when I bought it, when I had Super Nintendo, because that was the first system that my mom's actually bought me, was a Super Nintendo. I played the 64 way before I actually got the Super Nintendo.
Damn, you went back, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I got pushed back.
I was like, how you say you played 64 before the Super Nintendo?
I remember this clearly, and I remember this because I remember the two areas. Where I'm living in New York, I was in Crown Heights first, and then I moved to Canarsie. And I didn't move to Canarsie until the 2000s. So just imagine that.
Damn, the 2000s.
That is 10 years.
We was on the 64 just gaming up, bro. This man went back to
I went back. Because that's what I thought. Because they were still releasing games for Super Nintendo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because that's how I ended up playing. I played the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was on Super Nintendo.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
No, because now
I played the Super Nintendo I played the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on Super Nintendo.
Which one? Because I remember the one where you had to lift up the thing like kind of like a VCR. The cartridge for the Super Nintendo.
No, nigga.
You had to put it on top? Because I had that. My cousin had that one. I played. Cause I remember playing the Ninja Turtles one you talking about.
Hold on.
I'm talking about the one you gotta. It's like
now I see why you say gray and black.
VHS.
Now I see why you say gray and black.
That shit was gray and black, bro.
This big boy right here?
Yeah, that big shit at the bottom.
I didn't have that one.
Yeah, that's the one I had, bro. One. Only one.
That's why I was like, what are you talking about?
I had the 2-in-1 game, the Mario and Duck Hunt, bro.
Nah, bro. This is the one I had. I had that one.
See, I played that. I think it was my cousin, and then I got it from him.
My boy said the big boy.
Yeah, the original shit, bro.
He had it wasn't even called Super Nintendo. It was they said is the regular Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yeah. The NES.
Yo, my boy had the original NES, bro. Because look, they even show you the original Super Nintendo. Is this boy? This is the original Super Nintendo.
Oh no, I didn't have that.
I didn't have that one. You see?
Yeah, I had the NES. Damn, I don't even remember that was the name for it. I just remember Super Nintendo was on the. Damn, so NES and then just Super Nintendo and then 64 after that.
Then 64 after that. Because that's what I'm saying. Then I had the...
Yeah, because when you said Ninja Turtle, I remember playing it, but it was like the top. You just put it on the top.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember playing Mario. I had to put that shit in like a...
When you had to lose
VHS.
your breath.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. Some strong lungs. Some strong lungs was made from them cartridges.
The amount of dust that I used to catch inside this shit, you have to blow.
You can't save them. You just storing them, or sometimes you just leave them in the system.
Bro, you got to leave it in the system because you have to blow the system out. Pause, and then you have to blow the cartridge. Oh, you have to get rid of all that dust, bro, and that's how it was. Because that's what I'm saying. But that's why I said the reason why I said that is because you had the NES, I didn't have the NES. The what got me was Mario 64.
Yeah.
That's why I said the Super Nintendo came out after, but it was the second addition to it, which is the purple and gray, because the 64 came out, and I remember playing this, and this was like I said, it was a homeboy around the corner from me, which was my sister's friend's little brother, and he had the 64. And so when he had the 64, I was playing Mario 64 when you had to go into the castle. I remember all of that. and going inside there, and I ain't gonna lie, I was amazed by it because I was like, damn, bro, like you going into this.
That was like the first,
like 3D,
3D free roam
type of thing. Because you're going through the castle, and then you got to jump through the pitches and whatever. I'm not gonna lie to you. To me, it was
the ghost areas used to scare the shit out of me,
bro. That's what I was about to say. The crazy thing,
I would do everything else except the ghost area.
And that's how I tapped in with it. You know what I mean? That's how I tapped in until the PlayStation 1.
Damn, man, I got this. See, even when it came to that, because I didn't personally have a 64.
I didn't have a 64.
It was like family that had it, and I played it like when I was by them. Because, like I said, my cousin's parents, they own a daycare. My mom's worked there. And everybody is like, every Friday, not every Friday, but, you know, some Fridays, we would just get the game out. My cousin would bring the game out. It would be like a whole gaming party, bro. Like everybody that used to chill there, we gaming, we playing GoldenEye, Smash Brothers, Mario Kart, just having a good ass time. And then, you know, whoever had controllers, they bringing controllers over, and that shit, it went on for a while, because from the 64 to the GameCube to when he got like, it was like Nintendo straight.
Yeah.
And then, you know, everybody just got older, got
and see,
their own systems.
And you see, with me, it was, like I said, I got introduced with it with the 64. 64 was actually my first time. No, I lie. The first game system I ever played was Atari, Duck Hunt.
Duck Hunt was on the Atari?
Yeah.
Well, I never.
Duck Hunt was on the Atari.
I never played the Atari, so I don't know.
Because that's when that cartridge was huge like a mother lover, bro. That cartridge was like that layered shit. It was huge. Atari had some cartridges that I look at it now and go like, damn. And then we play. It was Duck Hunt, and they had this other game, which it wasn't. It was like because people had it. You know what I mean? It was another game that I played with Atari, but I didn't really tap in with Atari because, you know, I was like very young. Like I could say when I first played Atari, I was damn near, like four when I played Atari. It was young.
Yeah, I was just on that Duck Hunt.
And then after that, like I said, when I really got introduced to games was literally 64, Mario 64. And then I didn't get my first system until literally years later. Like, and that's what I said, it's in the 2000s when I got the Super Nintendo version 2. I'm gonna say version 2 because I saw the version 1. Version 2 when it was gray and purple, and that's why I said that's when I played the Ninja Turtle game. That was my thing. I always played as Donatello. That was my boy, Donatello. And then I played. They had a racing game for it, but back in those days, I didn't understand it because it was like one of them games that because how my mother was, you pick a few games and you go from there. You pick a few games and you go. So it was like, from I remember I bought a racing game. Don't remember how this whole thing. It was just weird, like, because, you know, that was back then when the racing games was literally you're not really driving on the track.
Yeah, you just left and right.
You just left and right it. So it was like one of them things where I was like, okay. And I'm trying to remember what the third game was because I did have another game for it, but Ninja Turtles has always been my thing. Ninja Turtles has always been the one that I've always gone to. And then after that, that's when I went into PlayStation, because PlayStation, and not the old not PlayStation, what we would call like the PlayStation Slims nowadays.
Oh well, they had the Slim ones.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's
the smaller PlayStation. That's what I said. The PlayStation. Yeah, the PlayStation.
It's technically the Slim.
That's what I said. What you call the original? Because that original was that big.
Half the size, bro.
Half? It looked like a third of the size, bro. Yo, that's when the PlayStation used to have that, and they both was gray. One was just a darker gray than the next. You had to have that big bulky one, or you had that nice little smooth.
I'm lucky. Mom's decided to get the PS1 when they had the Slims out. So, bro, that bulky shit, I did not want that,
bro. And that's why I got that, and then I played Spyro. That's why I got introduced to Spyro.
Yeah, because I got the PS1. Where did I get the PS1 or the game? No, I got the PS1 first, and then I got a GameCube later on. But between the NES, and me getting the PS1, it was just straight handheld. So I got from the original Game Boy.
Yeah,
I was able to get the the Game Boy Color. Yeah, it was like the dark purple one. You know, mom's got the light for me so I could actually see. But now you got to deal with batteries. You're constantly dying on it. You can't recharge them shit.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's still the same struggle, just, you know.
So you had the transparent you had the transparent Game Boy?
I had
the transparent purple Game Boy?
No. It was the dark, it was the solid dark one.
Oh, okay.
The transparent one I had, no. It was kind of transparent. It's like lightly. But that was the Game Boy Advance, and my mom's got me a pink one.
You see, when the first Game Boy I got, I got the Pokemon edition. So that's the one that was silver and it had Pikachu and Pichu on it. That was the one my mom, because she bought me the. If nobody knows, love my mama to death. That's my thing. Like, it was only 3 systems that my mama ever bought me.
You still wanted to play my Game Boy Advance,
bro. 3 consoles my mama ever bought me. The Super Nintendo. She bought me the PS1, the PS1 Slim, and she bought me this Game Boy. The Game Boy was the last straw. The Game Boy was the last straw. And if y'all don't know, y'all know. When your mama tell you don't do something and you go and do it, especially as a Caribbean mama, she goes and tells you, yo, you bring that Game Boy to the school, and you lose this Game Boy in the school.
That was a nightmare.
This is the last time I'm ever buying you a system.
You want to show off and shit?
And so said, so done. Because till this day, my mama never bought me another system ever again. Every other system after that,
yeah, fuck up.
I had to buy off my own will. Because that's what it was. I had that. What's it called? I had that the Game Boy Color. I had that Game Boy Color with the Pichu, with the Pikachu and the Pichu on it, and it was gray. It was like that. No, not gray. It was silver. It was silver with it. And I remember they had the Lion King game at the time. And I bought the Lion King game.
Bro, no one talks about how hard them games was, bro.
Bro,
it's not no simple. You hear Lion King, it's an easy game.
No, it's
that shit
not. That shit was hard as hell, bro. Yo, man, listen. Yo, I struggled on that Lion King game for so fucking long. It's not even funny.
No, it's just Disney or any of these TV show type games.
It didn't even matter,
as hell, bro.
It didn't even matter.
There's no difficulty to sit. You just play the game. So
you played it, and you're sitting up there, and you're like, okay, cool. I recently watched a YouTube guy actually fucking play this goddamn game. I was like, damn, I've been missing out this whole time because I could never pass the beginning of this goddamn game. We bought it was a Lion King game, a Pokemon game at the time, because I think that's the time when Crystal, it was like, what was it? Gold, Silver, and Crystal came out, if I'm correct. And I got Crystal. I had Pokemon Crystal. And that's because they had the Suicune on it or whatever the case may be. If I'm correct, am I correct?
I remember Crystal.
Because
the last one I had was yellow.
Damn, bro, you went back.
Yeah.
Because it was it was red, it was leaf, it was not leaf green. It was red, blue, and yellow. And I remember, if I'm correct, it was silver, gold, and then crystal. If I'm correct. I believe that's how it went. Silver, gold, because it had Ho-Ho, Lugia, and it had Suicune on the crystal, because crystal had that blue with the transparency on this shit. Yeah. If I'm correct, I believe I'm correct, because those are the 3, because it's Raikou, Entei, and Suicune, if I'm correct on that shit. Or whatever. And I had crystal. So it was crystal. And I had that Simba game, that Lion King game. And I believe I had one more game to this shit. Because that's what my mom always do me. It was always 3 games. And then after that, when it came down to it, when I tried to play that Lion King game, I used to get pissed off all the freaking time because I could have never passed. And it's like you get so far and then you get to the point where you got to jump on these fucking hippos. And for some reason, I'm always getting killed. Like the hippos, you had to jump at it at a time because the hippos was open their mouth or some shit, and they just bite you, and then you're dead. Then you got to start back over again because you got to follow Zazu, bro. At that point, I was pissed the hell off, bro. I could have never got it, but then I had what's it called, and then I brought it I brought it to school, left it in the desk, and somebody took it on my desk. And it wasn't even by consciousness like I left it. It was like, you know, you brought it to school, you're showing off like, oh yeah, you got the game, Then I put it in the desk, like thinking, what's it called? And I'm like, yo, going through the shit, like, yo, the shit is in my desk. Nobody got the shit. This is in my desk.
Yeah, I ain't trust nobody with that shit,
bro. My mama said, you better bring this goddamn Game Boy home.
Well, mom didn't even know I took it. I brought it with me. I was like, nope.
She realized. My mother realized.
You're not playing it every second no more.
She ain't seen it. Where's the Game Boy? Now you have to sit down there and explain. Terrified once you had them questions. Where is the Game Boy? And she said,
contemplating life.
Bro. And then after that, you know, I went and I said, yo, it's in the, you better bring home the, man, you ever see on the last, when you go to the school and you start clearing out your desk and you realize this shit not even in your desk no more, so now you even more panicking? Because he's like, yo, what the hell?
You just got to take the licks out. I learned that long time.
I got argument for that one. I got chewed out for that one. I didn't get licks for that one, luckily. I just I got chewed out. Pretty much my mama was screaming for me and was like, I'm not buying you nothing ever again. And she stayed on that word.
She stood on business?
And then she stood on business.
She said, you ain't getting shit.
And if you had to sit down there, we're talking about 4th and 5th grade here. I am 32 years old. So do the math. Do the math. She stood 10 toes down on that one. She said, you thought I was going to buy you something different. You ain't getting shit. I was like going on 20-something years now. Yeah, because I was like 8, 9 at that point. And I'm 32, so yeah, like 20. Yeah, bro.
So I bet you never misplaced nothing again.
Yeah, no, it's my money now. Like, fuck around and find out. Like, it's my bread. I'm spending and at that time, that's when games used to be like, you buy a Game Boy, it was like $50, $40 for the Game Boy.
I wonder how. No,
PlayStation, because I remember clearly, PlayStation was like $89.99, bro. $69. PlayStation was the
early 2000s.
Early 2000s when you had GameStop and GameStop was the place to go. PlayStation was like, and not only just GameStop, you had Toys R Us. PlayStation was like $89.99, $69. Like, it wasn't that expensive. It was expensive for the times because your mama don't really like you.
It was $300.
For what?
The PS1 in '95.
$300.
Yeah, when it dropped.
Nah, nigga.
Bro, it said it was $300 for the PS1. When the PS2 dropped in 2000, it's $300.
I'm telling you this now.
I don't know what discount.
I'm gonna tell you this now. My mama did not pay no $300 for no goddamn game. I'm gonna tell you that now because it was $80
when it dropped. That's what
it was $89.99 because the PS4, PS2 didn't even come out yet. I remember that clearly.
So you gotta wait right before you got it at $99. That's why.
Probably, I don't know.
The PS2 about to drop
because you said what the PS1 came out in '99.
95.
95. I didn't get it in 95. I got it in 2000.
See, discount. If you got it in 2000, yeah, in October 26th. That's when October 26th, 2000. That's when the PS2 dropped.
In 2000?
Yeah, October 26th.
Huh. Yeah, because the reason I know I got it then is because the fact of the matter is because of we had just moved when I got it. Am I correct? Yeah, we had just moved when I got it. And I just moved to Canarsie when we got it. So that's how I remember it was. Cause my mother ain't $300. You think my mother paying $300 for a system?
Oh shit, the NES was $180.
I'm telling you, if you actually, I don't know what these prices.
I know moms ain't paying no $180 for the system.
I know she ain't paying no $180. I bet you ask your mama how much you pay for that system now. I bet you she will look at you in your face and say $180 where? She said grocery money? Where?
Shit, I'm sure groceries was a lot cheaper back then too.
Bro, I remember my mama used, man, we ain't gonna go into that situation today. I remember that. But yo, here's my question. Is there any game? Because after the NES, you was tapped in with the PlayStation.
Not really.
What was you tapped into?
Because after the NES, it was straight handhelds for like a good minute. So like I said, I got the Game Boy Color,
Game Boy Advance,
Game Boy, and it's just between. What year is it? Because Daniel was born 98.
So what system did you get after the handheld? What was your first official
like console? Or
yeah, console. What was your first official
PS1?
So you got the PS1.
Yeah.
So
that was slim. So that's
so that got to be. That means so you probably in the same boat with me, like in the 2000s.
When mom's got me the PS1, the GameCube was already out. Like everybody had it.
So your mom pulled what my mom pulled.
Yeah, she discount price. She wasn't paying.
She pulled you back. The reason why I know that's what I'm saying. The reason why I know this for a fact, it wasn't a very big expensive situation, is because PS2 didn't really drop yet. PS2 hasn't even came out yet when my mom bought me the PlayStation 1. And
PS2 was out when I got my PS1.
When you got yours?
Yeah.
The PS2 wasn't out when I got mine. And that's how I remember this, because I remember in the beginning stages of it, you remember Game Informer used to send them demo discs. Them demo discs.
I ain't gonna lie, I got most of my games on cereal boxes, bro.
You see, that's what I'm saying. I played them shits off of the demo disc.
Mom will be shopping for cereal. I'll be like, I'm looking for which box got a gaming thing on it. And I mean, most of the time it was for PC, because I did have when I could use the computer and shit. I just used the CD on it. But yeah, I got one demo disc that worked on the PS1.
So, what game tapped you? Like, really, what game off of your place? If it was the PlayStation 1. Let me see how my ask this. What game locked you into continuing buying consoles till this day? Like you wanted to continue. What game, what genre of game?
Well, it was always racing. Because even before I got my own system, the PS1, I said I played games on other people's thing, and like it would be Need for Speed, Midnight Club, just playing racing games. When I had the Game Boy Advance, I had F-Zero, which was a racing game. Even on all the handhelds, I had some type of racing game on it, so I was always locked into racing games. But yeah, I think when I got the PS1, the first game, well, I mean, it was a demo. I don't know where I got it from. Probably was one of those cereal boxes. But it was a demo disc, and you got like 10 different games.
Yeah,
got, like, a quick session of
it. Yeah, like a damn near.
So I would play that shit. Whenever I played the game, it was just nonstop. I'd play one game. I remember I would just repeat this one level of Crash Bandicoot. That there was Twisted Metal. I kept playing the one match that you play. I think it had like Madden. I don't know if it was called Madden back. I think it was called Madden back then, but like the old original Madden. Stiff ass character. But yeah, I played that. Oh, and it had this rally game. I can't remember what it's called, but it was a racing game on there too. And then Mom's got me Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 3.
Ooh.
And then I was just locked into that
ever since
for a long time, bro. Until even when she got me the GameCube, I had a racing game, but that's when I got the GameCube, I started to tap into more like adventure games. I think there was one that I really liked. I think it was called Robo Cube or something like that. But
that's the one with the bounty killer robots.
Yeah, where you gotta. It's like
you go into like this little
to battle people. You gotta you're in front of this virtual thing and you fight them virtually.
If I'm correct,
and you could customize your robots.
Yeah,
they had this one weapon that was a cheat ass dragon shit that homes in on you. So
because you start off if I'm correct,
you start off with, I think you have amnesia. And
you start off in a lady's some old lady house or whatever.
Yeah.
And then she told you gotta wake up, you gotta go get a job or some shit like that.
So you go and you get one and you work your way up to being the best fighter.
Yeah, because you end up, because I remember this game because I never played.
Custom Robo. That's what I think that's what it was. Custom Robo.
Because you start off in this lady house. And you go and they have
this up, go get a job.
And then you go and they start they start telling you, like, I guess you go into the midst of like a bank robbery or some shit happens.
It was a robbery.
And then you pick up the cube and then
somebody drops it. Like, who just drops a random ass cube and
then after that you gotta go ahead and battle. You and them just standing right there and you just in this virtual room. Yo, I remember that game. I remember that. I never finished that game. Custom Robos.
It took me a minute though.
I never finished that game.
RPG thing where you gotta like upgrade and talk to every single buddy and find out what you. I like that. That's what really got me into that RPG style of game. And for the most part, it's just been racing games.
You see, for me,
I think Need for Speed. That Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 3 really locked me into racing.
You see, for me, it was once it was PlayStation 1. Once I got my PS1.
And I'm saying it wrong. I think it's because they got the Need for Speed Hot Pursuit.
Yeah.
But I think it was called Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit. But yeah, it was that one that locked me in.
And so for me, it was always adventure, because same thing with you. I played the demo, and I remember in the demo they had the game, and I play it to this day. Legend of Dragoons.
Damn,
that's my game, bro.
Yo, if y'all know how this man told me a whole story about he played a game and didn't complete it, got to play it in current times and still ain't.
You don't understand how this went. Let me tell you. And I'm gonna give y'all a backstory on this thing. I got the demo because my homeboy that was living down the street from me, he ended up getting like the little demos and whatever, and I ended up playing. If I'm correct, it's from him or my next door neighbor wanted to. I ended up playing these demos and whatever, and it had the same thing like Twisted Metal. It had a few other games. Then I randomly stumbled upon Legend of Dragoons. I was like, all right, cool. And Legends of Dragoons is a turnstile game. If y'all know, y'all know. It's like Final Fantasy type shit back in the day, turnstile shit. I played the game, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I probably played this game more than any because you're hoping, in my head, this is a demo, but you're hoping this thing continues for you. You just want it to continue. So I'm playing the game, and it gives you to one, and it's not even a big boss. It's like one of the game, not how it goes, because when you end up tapping into the game, you realize it's really one of the first hardest battles you do face, one of the longest and hardest battles you do face in the game, when you have to face the cave snake that's inside of it. I played this fucking cave snake damn near probably 10 to 12 times. I played the same scenario over. He had to go ahead, cut the axe. He saves the axe or whatever, blah, 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 boop, boop, boop. They go down. But because it's a demo, they give you certain features, and you get to actually transform into his dragoon state and all that. Not knowing that, little bro, you don't even get that dragoon state till later on in the freaking game. Damn. They just gave it to you because the fact of the matter is it's called Legend of Dragoons, and they gave you that state earlier on in the demo. Until I finally got the opportunity to get the game, and not realizing it was the first time I ever seen it, a 4-disc game. It came with disc 1.
I know a 2-disc game. This man said 4 discs.
4 discs. When you open this son of a gun, it's literally disc on here, disc here. Then you gotta turn it over. Then there's disc here, disc here. Y'all don't understand. I played this game PS3. I've been suffering for the first disc for a minute. Suffered through the first disc to finally get to the second disc. When I finally got to the second disc, and this one took me about months, because you gotta realize I'm a young dude, and not only that, y'all gotta understand too, before we had self and internal memory, you had to get an external. You had to actually had a memory card.
Oh,
you actually had to get a memory card.
Because we was playing games and just restarting from the beginning. Bro, you don't got a memory card.
With no memory card, or you must have to. If you reach far, you have to continue or turn off your TV.
Custom Robo. I'll beat for some reason. Like it'll just be one of them days. I get my mom's will let me play the game all day. Get hella far in this shit, just for me to realize I gotta turn this shit off and start over the next day.
Beginning, no memory card. When you had no memory card, it was a struggle. So all y'all that understand why we are the way we are with games, because you don't understand the struggle we had when you had no memory card. And we ain't talking about, you had to get a memory card that's a terabyte, 500 gigabytes.
No,
we're talking about megabytes.
5 megabytes,
8 megabytes. Yeah, you gotta understand what we working with here. 8 megabytes, and you had to do the same thing like you do your phone. You had to start sitting up there, and if you put too much on this, you had to start deleting. You had to go like, do I want this game now?
You gotta choose what you want.
What you want on this game. So when I first got the game, I ain't gonna lie to you, I kept my PlayStation on because
I couldn't do that, bro.
I kept it too far. I got too far.
My mom's knew when the system was on.
I got too far. When I mean I got too far, I finally. Once you finally get the game, because I'm hyped now, finally got the game, not knowing that you need a memory card, because at the end of the day, it's like one of them things, like you wasn't equipped for what you about to get yourself into. So I'm there, and I'm sitting down there, and I'm playing the game. I'm like, yeah, getting my ass bust because you a kid, you just having fun with this shit, and you realizing this is a big story than what you see in the demo. This ain't what the demo did not prepare you for how long the story was gonna be. They didn't tell you nothing about 4 discs. They only know about the simple shit until you go like, this 4 discs of this shit. All right, cool. We about to go on this journey. You're going through this journey, and you're like, fuck, I gotta condone. And you're going, and you realize you get to a point, and I remember this clearly. I got to a point where I got my Dragoon state, and then what happened? I had to turn this game off and start this bitch all over again. Do the same shit all over again until, I always give praise. My sister's boyfriend at the time blessed your boy with a memory card, and that changed games. That changed everything for me.
Oh shit! You don't know how hype I was when it was walking. Where it was? Not better. What's that area higher for Canarsie?
Wait,
it's not Bed-Stuy.
Going towards East New York?
Right above
Rockaway?
Nah.
Where you going?
Bro, how can I remember the name of this place? Anyway.
Brownsville?
Yes.
East Flatbush.
I'm starting to forget areas in New York. Jesus. Yeah, so we was walking around the shopping area and just had some random stand selling games and toys. Happened to have like a memory card there. Well, Mom's asked me if I wanted a game, and I'm struggling. Like every day I play my game, can't save. So it was a choice between a game I really wanted. It was like, what was it? Some action game. I can't remember, but it was between I get that game or a memory card. Yeah, I had to choose. The memory card.
Priorities is right. You had to choose the memory card because you couldn't save, bro. They don't understand that was a struggle when you can't save.
Yo, I was hyped, bro. Like, I tell you, like, I had the memory card to do something. If you want a bag, it's like, nah, give me that pocket, bro.
Went home.
Went straight in my. I couldn't wait. Like, Mom was gonna do all this extra shopping. I'm like, I just want to get home, bro.
And play. You can finally save. You can finally start from where you at. But here's what happened. I'm gonna tell y'all the disappointment that I had with this game, and it wasn't the game's fault. It's back in the day when CDs scratch bad. So I got to disc 2. Reaching upon, I got to disc 2. I was like, all right, cool. Finally got to disc 2. Put on my disc 1. Point to disc 2. Mind you, I had this game for a time now. I had this game for damn near a good time. The thing about this game, is the amount of people that either went inside my room, think the game done fell, whatever, reached to disc 3, scratched.
Oh.
In the beginning of the fucking game.
Wait, so you was playing it and it just didn't go?
No, I finally reached to disc 3. I finally beat disc 2. So I'm about to go to disc 3. And I got to disc 3. I'm about to get my water dragoon girl. As soon as you beat her, freeze. No matter what the fuck you do, you restart this fucking game. And y'all don't understand the treatments and the surgery that you do for these games.
Because
you sit down there.
In one of my games where I sat there.
Alcohol.
The cleaners and all type of shit. Bro, when you tell you I had some surgical type shit, I had the wipes. I had the spray. I had, what else?
Cleaning the laser and making sure the laser is clean inside the goddamn PlayStation.
I remember there was like this tiny computer vacuum thing I went and got. Just putting that shit wherever I could to see if there's dust or whatever, bro.
And that's where I lost. I got defeated because I couldn't play the game no more because I was like, fuck, this is it. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening on this floor.
I took the actual house vacuum.
As I said,
yo, like this shit gotta work,
bro.
But it wasn't the system,
bro.
Yeah, that scratch couldn't come.
That scratch was not going nowhere, no matter what you do.
And you don't know how, because you would leave games in there, and all of a sudden scratch. How?
Bro, and it was so fucked up about it. By the time I'm looking at this game. This game is off the shelves.
Yeah, you can't
get it no more because now we on PS2 and PS2 is deep in the pockets of the shit. So now PS1 is gone. It's gone. It's done. Until the miracle happened. What the miracle was, PS3. And I remember this clear as I was my boy Sean. And I remember when they said Legend of Dragoons is coming to P3 online. Now you could digitally download this bitch. I said, and yo, at that time, they weren't even giving, this is before you start seeing these like high prices like $69, $79. They were selling that bitch for fucking $10 online. What your boy went and did? $10. Went and got my boy. I went and got it again. Until I got stuck again. This 3, I got my Water Dragoon. I'm here. I'm going. I'm hyped. Till you get to this one specific boss. They feel like this boss ain't taking no fucking damage. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? I don't understand it. I'm fucking pissed. I don't understand what's going on. Gave up the game again. Yeah. Now your boy back on it again on PS5. If you realize every odd number, I'm back at it again. 20th anniversary, I'm back at it. But I got an understanding of this goddamn game, so I'm running it through. But I ain't gonna lie, to be honest, that was out of all the games I've ever played, Legend of Dragons has been my favorite game of all time. I'm putting that on anybody, and I've always wished that they made a remake. I've always heard that they're supposed to have a Legend of Dragons 2, but they scrapped it years ago. And what's crazy about it is I'm watching communities talk about it, and they go like, yo, they knew they want it back. There's a lot of communities like, yo, it's 20th, and to me, it says something when a game is 20 years old and you're bringing it back. It started on the PS1 and we in the PS5 era, going into PS6, and you brought it back to the PS5 era. Like, that's saying something. That, to me, that's speaking to a community of us that tapped into this game and is like, bro, revamp it. Why don't you revamp? Do what you did for Final Fantasy.
Do what you did for the Last of Us.
Remaster
every single one.
Bring it back to the modern era where you can actually see Dart's face. You can actually see Shauna's face. You can actually see Rose's face. You can actually see Lavitt's face. Bro, these my boys. Yo, you can actually see King Albert's face, Congo's face. You can actually see them faces. I forgot Lightning Boy name. Old man Lightning. You can see his face or whatever. You can actually see them faces and you can see them glow. Like, and you really do this shit. Like, if they could bring it back like that, bro.
Shit, that would be a whole $70 game. Man.
I don't give a damn. I'll pay my $70. Shit.
The way the gaming industry now, that'd probably be $100 game.
Shit, I paid $100 and something for fucking. For WWE, and that's been my game. Like how you been playing on Rocket League. I don't know why
No, I didn't pay for Rocket League.
I know you didn't pay for Rocket League. But I'm just saying, the investment that I have for WWE is the investment you have for Rocket League. No matter how good or bad this goddamn game is, you just stressed out and you're playing this goddamn game because you in too deep. You've been in this game for years. For me, I've been with
10 losses in a row.
I've been with WWE. I've been with WWE since SmackDown 2. Know your role. So you gotta understand from know your role from PS1
back in the day from 64s,
bro, to now.
Yeah,
that's an investment. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't give a damn what anybody tell me. That's an investment to be here, bro. But that's been my game, bro. That's been my game.
Custom Robo, if they could bring that back more up,
that would be fire. Custom Robos was a game where I wish I could
just take out that dragon weapon. That's all.
Bro, to me, there's a lot of games I feel like they should bring back just to have fun with, like just a nostalgia, but revamp it in the modern era, and it will be fire, bro. And that's just me.
Def Jam, Fight for Neon.
Brother. What's Shits and Gigs say? Brother. Yo.
They bring that thing back, Doug?
They try. They failed with Icon.
I just keep seeing.
They failed with Icon.
Yeah, Icon. I tried it because Joker had it on the Xbox and we was playing. I'm like, bro, this shit.
Xbox 360. That shit wasn't fire. I remember that claim when Icon came out. Everybody was hyped.
You gotta fight and DJ at the same time to try to make like the environment do some shit. I'm like, bro,
I get where they was going with it, but
because it was this, what do you call it? It's not really 2D, but it's like the side scroller fighting type thing, like how modern fighting games is now. They should have just kept it 4-man arena.
Yeah, bro, they should have kept it the way it was because Def Jam Fight for New York Takeover, bro. Fight for New York Takeover for what was it? PSP.
And I had Midnight Club for the PSP, bro.
Midnight Club 3
bro,
double edition.
I crashed my PSP, bro. Doing an update.
Hell no.
My shit was dying and I didn't pay attention to it. And it said I had the update. I said, alright, bet, put it down. Came back to that shit. Wouldn't turn on, bro.
You know what game I wish they would have continued was the Midnight Club series.
I wish they bring it back, but then again, the way racing games is now, look, they couldn't even, they brought back
Test Drive.
Test Drive, and that shit did horrible.
Because we came into a point, bro. We up to a point where Need for Speed ain't where it used to be. I want, to me personally,
Need for Speed just needs to get back to the story of the game, bro.
Because that's what it was. Like
we don't need all these cars. Like, look, what was it? From Underground to
Underground 2
to I would say to Pro Street. From Underground to Pro Street, that was the best days of Need for Speed.
Because Pro Street came out right when Carbon.
And Pro Street didn't even have that serious of a thing. You were just like,
because to me, it was
a sanctioned event, but you're just proving your name from the bottom to the top.
To me, it was Underground all the way up until Carbon.
I like Pro Street. I like Pro Street.
I didn't play Pro Street. I played Underground. I played Underground 1, where you had to keep switching. You keep switching out your main car to Underground 2. I never finished.
You got the
free realm. And that's when, I ain't gonna lie, that's when I started looking into Lincoln Navigators, because you actually get to get an SUV.
The fact that you could drive race trucks, the SUVs, bro.
Lincoln Navi was my shit.
Navigators and Hummers
and Escalades. Yo, that was my shit. And then after that, I went into Most Wanted, because Most Wanted is the one that put me on to the Lotus, to the
Lotus?
Yeah.
Lotus was a badass car in that game.
Lotus was that, and then after that we had Carbon, and Carbon. That's when you had that last race was crazy as hell. And then you had and everybody had to cheat because you had to go get the fucking the Charger, the Challenger to fucking beat him. Because the Challenger had the fucking...
I remember I was able to beat him, just like barely beat him with a Viper, bro.
I beat him with the Challenger because the Challenger had the acceleration and it went off. What's that? Old girl's Challenger.
Oh, that was a powerful car.
Yeah, that was a powerful car. And she gave you a run for your money because she was always on your ass, bro. Yo. But then after Carbon, because the way the story went, it just fell off.
And the story was going in, because even from Underground 2... to Most Wanted, it's like it shows like they didn't like come out and say it, but it's like you're coming from the underground, doing more daytime racing, like more street racing, like
and the daytime
racing.
And Most Wanted was the shit. And you see, it's funny. I played Most Wanted on the GameCube. I played Most Wanted on the GameCube.
Yeah, I did have it on GameCube.
And when I played Most Wanted,
it was like GameCube, and then I was kind of trying to build a PC back then, but then. I'm broke. I'm still in school, so that shit ain't happening. I'm just taking parts from the school computer and trying to do some shit.
Yeah, bro. I played that shit on the GameCube. But then my homeboy, I ain't gonna talk a lot about him, but kind of guy, when you start elevating and he ain't up to you. And then my Lotus was,
bro,
when you used to do them co-ops?
Yeah,
when you used to sit down and you do the co-ops and you do the split screen?
Dude, give you the unmodded card, bro. You gotta struggle.
And that's back then. If y'all don't even know, back then you could
have a one-person profile. You got one car. You can't.
Yeah, one profile.
They vex because you're picking the same car they picking.
Most Wanted actually gave you the 2 profile. You can actually switch.
Yeah, but that's if that person wants you to put a profile on their system.
But I had one because I was like, I'm not playing where you came from, so I started my own. And so every time I used to go by his crib, I used to think, and that's why I got the Lotus. And the Lotus, he used to be mad because he thought he would have beat me with a Lambo. But the thing about the Lotus was taking corners and the Lambo was keep crashing. Mm-hmm. So when my Lotus is hitting high speed and going forward, he out here wiping out. Until I don't have the game. It's not in my house. So what happens next is when a man got a game in his house, what he's gonna do? I'm about to train and beat this nigga's ass. So what did he do? Trained and beat my ass because my Lotus ain't up tier because you know why? I can't continue, can't upgrade, can't do nothing to my Lotus. My Lotus is where it was at the last time. Yep. You done passed how many marks? You done sit up there. If I done sit up there and beat let's say what it was 15 guys on Most Wanted. If I done got up to like probably 9, this man is on number 5, so he got more parts than me. He got better parts. So when he now gloating, let's race. You know, you thinking I got my Lotus, I'm good. He about to take. No, he's taking off from the beginning, and he's gone. And then what happens? You can't upgrade the shit because you know why? He don't want you to upgrade. He don't want you. So it's like, yo, bro, you stuck. You fucking stuck. You know what I mean? But I ain't gonna lie, bro. It was good times, but that's what to me brought us to where we at now. Like, to me, because of, like I said, because of Legend of Dragons, I always appreciated the adventure games. Most Wanted made me appreciate racing games to an extent. I don't like where it is now because I felt like we're all in the same realm of. Don't get me wrong. I always told you, there's tiers to this bitch. If you are and like I said, for our gaming community and our car community. And I've always said this: Gran Turismo is the top echelon of all racing games. The reason why I say that is because you have to really deep dive into Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo is not a Need for Speed. Gran Turismo is not even a
straight simulation.
It's really straight simulation, even down to the point that you have to make sure that no matter how fast your car is, the wear and tear in your car, you have to repair it. You have to know exactly what this car. You would need to really come to a point you have to know the insides and outs of this car. As they got go through the years, you really have to deep dive. So if you are really a car guy, a purist of a car guy, Gran Turismo is your game. It's a high class simulation. You're gonna go through that.
There's a lot of games out there like that. So.
And that's a fact. So any of those games is that. When it comes down to Need for Speed, and it even comes down to what was the game? Crew. And
even that game is not the same. Compared to the first game.
Nah, it's not.
The second and third is more of this what?
It's not
simulation, but it's trying to be there.
Is in between arcade and simulation, because that's why Terry does. I always look at it as Need for Speed. It was always arcade, because in the sense of the matter is
you could corner at 100 miles an hour
in a car and whatever and still be safe with the shit. And not only that, Need for Speed brought you this element where it brings you what we loved about even Dub Edition, about Midnight Club. It brought you that nightlife, that custom underground scene, while you have and at one point bring you the full customization. That's why I said Carbon. That's why I said between Underground 2 and Carbon, you got to really do some real customizations on your car. Where the fact that even from the decal, I remember it went off for a while. Where the fact that they tried to do this simulation type of shit. They tried because it was like
after Pro Street was
Pro Street and that one that you had to.
It was kind of stiff, but it wasn't really simulation. And then you had
that one that you had to do that race across the states. You didn't really customize nothing. The run, because if you realize about the run,
that's what they went back to how Need for Speed was in the beginning. You just pick a car and probably change the color, and that's it.
And even that, because even in the run, you really didn't change the color. Remember, you just chose between two cars after you get to a certain point.
I didn't play the run.
I played the run, and the only good about it was the fact of the matter is if somebody on your friends list passed a certain record, then you're like, okay, cool, I'm gonna pass a certain. You're beating the person's record with whatever car, and you're trying to just make sure you don't hit in corners or whatever. But besides that, everything was stock. A lot of the things, it wasn't even full customized. It wasn't even really changing the color. If the car came black, then that's a car. It's like a BMW M5 is black, and that's it. That's what you got. Pick your car and go, or whatever. And then
Rivals was like that.
Rivals, but I feel like I'm missing. What was one between? There was
another Most Wanted.
But there's one between I'm missing. Undercover.
I didn't really get into Undercover. I played the starting, but I didn't really get into it.
Undercover was one of them. I played PS2 instead of PS3 because I didn't have a PS3 at the time. So that's when you realize that PS2 and PS3 didn't have the same kind of game.
Two different games.
Because PS2, for one, if you ever played Undercover on PS2, you only start. The racing wise, you race with 4 people. The race was 4. In Undercover PS3, you're racing with 8 people. Yeah. And then the story kind of changes. I realized that even if you ever played WWE at that time, same thing. That's during that era where if you're buying something last gen compared to new gen, last gen didn't get all the full updates and all the full story. So when you're playing last gen, you could watch it on YouTube all you want. Last gen only gets certain things and they skip through certain things, while new gen was getting the full exact game of how it was meant to play, but you had to play it on new gen. So when I played Undercover, I didn't get the full scope of it on PS2 because at that time, Undercover, when I played it Undercover, because I played Undercover and I played WWE on what's it called, and it wasn't the full scope. So I missed out a lot for those 2 games based off of because last gen had it a certain way and new gen pretty much moved different.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man.
But
gaming, yeah, it changed a lot, but like it's a racing game, certain genre of games, it's not the same.
Hell yeah, it's not to me. So here on we're gonna end this off on a last question. Well, I got a two-part question. Seeing as gaming now, do you find it fun? Do you still think it's fun as it was before or not? And then after that, I want you to list to games now. What are the top 5 games you're playing now?
Well, games is always going to be fun. You just got to realize what you're really interested in. Like, for the last couple of years, I've been trying to be on, all these mainstream competitive games, but them shit stress you out too much. Like, everybody's sweating to be the top, or just a regular ass match. Like, I'm coming home from work just trying to play a quick game, and I gotta compete against dudes that's been home all day, sweating their ass off. I just want to have some fun.
So what is your
go to story-based games, or just games that I don't have to deal with
competition like that?
Just something cool like Monster Hunter. Something chill. I could just deal with. The only stress I would get is from
dealing with the monsters. So what is your top? Let's say top 5. What is your top 5 games that out of all time? I'm gonna say that top 5 games from since you've been gaming. What is your top 5 games?
I really enjoyed, even though it was on an Xbox. Tom Clancy, Rainbow Six Vegas. Like I said, the Need for Speed series, even though it's multiple games from Underground to Carbon.
So okay.
I could say the Need for Speed series at that point. Even though it's fallen off from me wanting to play it, I would say the Call of Duty series because I played it like from the beginning. At least story-wise.
Man,
I'm talking about not the online multiplayer. Story.
My man name is series. So okay.
Splinter Cell.
Ooh.
Yeah, Splinter Cell. And I'm trying to think now. Yeah, I'll put Custom Road. I could go back to that game and just enjoy it anytime.
Hell yeah. I like that. So I'm going to give you my top. My top 5s is, of course, you already know. I don't give a damn what all y'all tell me. Legend of Dragoons will always be number 1 for me. I'm not going to do series because I have a love-hate for a lot of the certain series. There's certain games in these series that I like. But for me personally, well, I'm gonna do one series because it's 2 games, and because of when I got introduced. So it's Legend of Dragoons, and I'm only Monster Hunters from World to pretty much from World up until now. Besides
the other ones.
What's the
Rise?
Besides Rise, I really wasn't really fucking with Rise like that. But from World, even the Monster Hunter stories I fucks with, and even Wild. So that's that. I will always say this: Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, hands down, is my favorite out of all the Call of Duty series. Need for Speed, Most Wanted, the original Most Wanted. And for my number 5, this will be the only series I'll put is the WWE series, because I've been playing that shit, like I said, I've been playing that since pretty much SmackDown 2, Know Your Role, and I've been on top of that pretty much ever since, even down to Day of Reckoning. I ain't gonna call his name, but cheating ass Day of Reckoning 1 and 2, when he didn't even really have title belts and all that type of shit. It was brutal. But that's my top 5 for my gaming. That's why I continue playing until this day. And there's a few other honorary mentions that, like Horizon and stuff like that I play because I love the adventure games. But those are, if any I gotta go back to, those are my games that I'm going back to and everything like that. So, and before we shut off, because we start off with anime, top 5 anime. Top 5 anime.
I already told you, because of my enthusiast interests. Put in Initial D. One time Midnight was nice, but I think I would just put Bleach. Naruto.
Yeah,
of all time, bro?
Of all time. Of every anime that you've watched.
Yo, I keep Initial D and Bleach.
Mm-hmm.
One Piece.
So you taking out Naruto or you keeping Naruto? It doesn't matter. It's what's your 5?
Yeah, I'll keep Naruto.
So Naruto, One Piece.
Yeah, Naruto, One Piece,
Initial D, Bleach. And what's your last one?
What would be the last one? That's the thing, I don't. There's so much damn anime, bro.
I know.
Yeah, I can't choose.
Damn.
Yeah, I've just been enjoying. You know what? Yeah, I can't choose, bro. I'm stuck on
4. So, my top 5 for me: Fairy Tail, One Piece. Even if we had to look at it as a cartoon back in the day or whatever, it still was an anime. Yu-Gi-Oh! was my, because I could watch that shit now and go back and still be excited about the shit. I don't know what it's about. Like I said, the one that got me into it, Card Capture, would be mine's as my top 5. And for my number 5, if I had to go back to any anime, Black Clover.
I think I'll give 5 to Digimon.
You know what? I'm gonna take out Card Captures, because put Naruto in, because I'm not gonna lie to you, Naruto, Card Captures was a great anime, don't get me wrong, but Naruto was really that pivot point for me to really start tapping in more and more, and I really did restart that shit more times, and I still got excited every time I watched the shit. I could think today. So, One Piece, Fairy Tail, Naruto, Black Clover, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Is my 5. That's my 5.
think God damn. I said Digimon, but it's like, now I'm thinking about the amount of times I watch Digimon, I watch like Blade.
Yeah, that's why it gets different. Because because the question got to be, are you still up on Digimon? Because Digimon's still going to this day.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's what I was looking.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but you still got all them other ones. If you want to put Demon Slayer, JJK, if you want to put My Hero.
I'm just catching up on them. I'm just watching it just to catch up on it.
And you see, and I want y'all to understand, there's a lot more in the vault. Don't think that just because what we said is a lot more in the vault. Because for me, there's the Apothecary stories. There is, like I said, I told y'all before, Tac Op Destiny. There's the Gundam series that I've been tapping into. Zoids is another one. You feel me?
I watched that shit.
Reincarnation of a Slime.
I feel like I could go back and watch Zoids and see Zoids. So yeah.
And then, of course, you know, my honorary mention will be my Shield Hero because I've been tapping in with that a lot. Yeah. Shield Hero.
Just mentioning anime,
you feel me?
I don't know what.
And of course, like I said, you got Kaiju number 8. There's a lot of animes that you know what I mean, that I could say. And it's more Spy Family. There's a lot. Don't think we out here playing games, bro. We out here, we tapping in with things. There's a lot of things that we haven't said out here, but on that note, I want to give a shout out to everybody that's tapping in with us, to the lyricists. I know this is not about the music. This wasn't a music episode.
Well, y'all know we're gonna switch it up.
We're gonna switch it up a lot of times.
Be about music.
But I want y'all to understand, we tap into a lot of different things. But shout outs to y'all that's continuing to follow us, that's continuing to like our stuff on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook. You know, really reach and really tapping in with us. You know what I mean? We appreciate y'all. We'll forever appreciate y'all. We know Archie ain't here. He has to deal with some family situations or whatever. But, you know, I want y'all to understand that. If y'all are in the Midland area, what is it, September 26th?
Yeah, September 26th.
September 26th, your boy Ill-Minded Tazz and ARCHIE is going to be performing out here. What is the location we want to? Our manager.
Yeah, I got it.
Is going to let y'all know, but we are performing. If y'all out here, come on. I know tickets is on sale. Once he pulls up where we at, we're performing out there live. If y'all want to come out there and show support, come out. You feel me? Check us out there. We're going to be performing.
So much shit. Yeah, just look up. We're gonna be posting it up a lot.
Just check it out.
Just look out for our post about the show coming up. I can't find it.
Besides that, like we always said, there is a few to tap in a little bit about the music. There's a few albums that came out. Jid's album came out. What was it, today? Dropped today. Go check that out. To me personally, it's a solid album.
Yeah, I like it.
I'll give it an 8. For me, it's an 8 from first listen. Go check out Jid's album. I didn't even listen to Slick Rick's album.
Slick Rick, like I said, it don't sound much different, but you could tell like certain tracks he tried something new.
So what you rated at? Because you listen, I haven't really tapped into Slick Rick's new album. I didn't even know he dropped that album.
Yeah, this was
random.
2 months.
Shit.
Yeah.
All right.
But
what do you rate it? I don't know, scale of 1 to 10. Off of first listen, when you first heard the whole album, what do you rate it?
7.5.
All right. 7.5.
Because there were some songs I tried to vibe to, I just wasn't feeling it. I mean, it is what it is.
Hell yeah. So go, but 7.5 is still a strong. If anybody has.
Did you listen to Metro Boomin?
No.
Yeah. I said it's a more nostalgic sound.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm trying to remember exactly when them songs. It was probably 2010s.
Oh, early 2000s.
Yeah, it's like that Atlanta sound that was popping.
Okay. And what you rate that? So what do you rate that?
I ain't really feel too much. It's a nostalgic sound, but it's like I kind of got past that.
Oh, okay.
That whole thing. So it's like.
So just rate it off of first listen. Your opinion, no matter. Your opinion, what do you rate it?
I'll give it a 6.
6. There you go. But once again.
And then you got Freddie Gibbs.
Alfredo 2.
That was a good album.
That was a dope ass album. I'll give that an 8.5 to a 9. I'll give that an 8.5 to a 9. That's why I'm still, like I always say, I'm still digesting it still. But it's a dope ass album. It's up there. To me personally, it's up there with the Clips album. Them two is out there for 2 of the best albums this year.
I think I gave that a 10. Oh no, I wasn't here to rate it with y'all.
No. To me personally, the Clips album is right there as a 9.5. I didn't skip that album. I feel like it's like probably one or two songs I'm like okay. It's not the fact that it's not a bad okay. It was like all right, I see where you're going with this shit. But yeah, that's where I'm at with it. But like I said, Freddie Gibbs and the Clips is up there, and like I always said, Joyner Lucas is up there too because that was a dope ass album. I'm not gonna sleep on Joyner. ADHD 2. I'll give that a 9 album, a solid 9 on that one. But all the albums that we claimed that we talked about, go ahead and check it out for yourselves. Go tap in. But we always do, we appreciate y'all for tapping in with us. This is episode 30. I know we've been calling 30 for the past two episodes. And
something real quick, something we want to try if you're in the West Texas area and you're an artist, and if you got music coming out, whether it's singles or albums, just
tap in.
Let us know about it. We can listen to it and give our opinion on it.
That's a fact. Tap in. Like I said, we're gonna be honest about everything that we listen to. And that's just like we always said.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared because
it's just an opinion.
It's our opinion, and we will do the same for y'all. If y'all want to listen to our music, go ahead and listen to it. It's on Spotify. It's on Apple Music. You could tap in with Illmind the Tazz.
Everywhere. You
could tap in with ARCHIE. He's out there. And y'all could tell us what y'all think. You know what I mean? I always say tap in with us and let us know. We're not the ones that's afraid of opinions. Tap in. That's why we call y'all the lyricists for a reason. We want y'all to tap in, stay y'all opinions. You feel me? Have them conversations. We're going to have it back with y'all. You feel me? And I want y'all to do it. But always, 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 we want to thank y'all for tuning in every week with us. Thanking y'all for supporting us because we do this for y'all. And we're going to continue to do this for y'all. You know what I mean? We bring in our opinions. We have fun out here. We have the real, we always go on different tangents with us. Like we said, when y'all really listen to this one, it's just a pure nerd out, anime, gaming. We wanted to do that for y'all, for the gaming community, because this is part of us too. We're not just all about hip hop music. We're not all about just, real life situations. We have our moments where this is what we do in our chill times. We watch anime and we listen to and we play games, you know what I mean? So this is for y'all. And if y'all want a part 2 to this, and hopefully Archie's here to chime in on this one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We'll do a part 2, let us know.
It in your face. It don't matter.
It don't matter. We're going to do what we do. You feel me?
Oh, my bad. I just realized I said it don't matter where y'all from. If you got music and you want us to listen to it and give our opinion, I'll put our email in the description. You can send it there. We'll listen to it. And,
And if y'all want Uncle D to come outside even more, go ahead and spam. Come outside, Uncle D. That's all y'all got to do. Come outside, Uncle D. Keep spamming it. He gonna come outside. You feel me? You can tell he's outside today. You feel me? Just keep spamming it. We already know. Just keep spamming it. And he gonna come outside. You feel me? But for y'all, like we said, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Keep liking, share, subscribe. You can find us on Instagram. For me, you can find me on Illmind the Tazz on Instagram. You can find Uncle D. There's Uncle D on Instagram.
Yep.
Uncle Dilly on Instagram. Of course, call me Archie. You can find him on Instagram, even on TikTok, Facebook. That's what you call us by. And if you're looking for us, look for the LA Pod. We had some discrepancies, but it's LA Pod on Facebook, Lyrically Acclaimed Podcast on Instagram, and Lyrically Acclaimed Podcast on TikTok. You feel me? Tap in with your boys. Let us know what y'all want to hear. Let us know what y'all want us to talk about. Give us y'all opinions. Like we give y'all ours, give us y'all opinions. You feel me? We love y'all. Lyricists, keep doing y'all thing. On that note, peace.